Okay, so, of course, just as I get all of the notifications out, Danganronpa decides it wants to crash. So, let us suffer together. Okay. Alright, it's coming back pretty smoothly. Let's get some audio. Oh my god. Alright. Danganronpa, you gonna cooperate this time? Please? I beg.
Danganronpa.
Alright, there it goes. Yeah, I know, it's like basically I hit start to go into the load menu, and it was like, Lamau, I'm just going to crash instead. But yeah, so today we are getting ready to do the final, or at least what I'm assuming to be the final investigation, final class trial for Danganronpa. It is going to be long. I've been told anywhere between 2 to 3 hours, which the one for chapter 5 was almost 2, if memory serves. So I'd believe it. Sorry I'm late. You're not late. I literally just started because Danganronpa crashed the first time. But yeah, so this is going to be anywhere between like, and also I don't take attendance or anything like that, so like, you can't be late. You arrive exactly when you mean to be. And it's, you know, that's just the way it be. I guess I'm the first one this time.
Makoto.
You're early, Makoto. Oh, she's saying
Listen.
early. Does that mean you feel prepared? Ooh. Yeah, for now at least. But where's everyone else? Why aren't they here yet? Well, my day's going pretty good.
However,
Where I'm sure they'll be here soon. And just like she said, they all just start appearing. Like Kuya, who is still mad at me for some reason. They arrived one after another, but they were all in the same state of shock. Hina. Why are they mad at me? Hero? Silence. And it wasn't any normal silence. It was the deafening silence of fear and suspicion. It was like first class trial. Oh god.
You called for me and so I appeared.
Hi. Oh my god, even he's
I'm
quiet.
on fire.
Strong silent biker is so wonderful. So cool. Oh, absolutely not, ma'am. Now listen, everything will be fine if you leave it to me. With my sharp scissors in hand, I'll stab and gouge and shiv the master of evil. But I thought you couldn't kill anyone but a door. Oh no. She is very cringe. Also, I mean, I will say, keep in mind, these are high schoolers. High schoolers are cringe. That's just the way they be. But she's like extra cringe. Hi, Toko. Because she's just like over the top with it. And it's just like, ma'am, you can be perfectly normal. Normal about this, please. Is everyone here? Ooh, and wearing our gloomy guest faces, I see. Okay, well then, let's begin. This final class trial is going to be slathered in pitch black despair. Climaximum sorrow.
that's fine.
You're right, this is the final class trial, and this time it'll be fair. No, that's not what makes her cringe.
Unbelievable.
If there was a Mr. Fair Guy Universe contest, I'd take home the tiara every year. I'm gonna win this game super fair and square.
Today,
And I'll make sure
I'm
everyone
feeling
watching at home knows that despair is mightier than hope.
Stop talking.
Oh, enough of your tedious dribble. Begin the trial already. No, she does. But that isn't cringe.
You guys.
Like, what? Laughing as loud as ever, Monokuma disappeared. Whatever.
In the name
This
of
will
my
be over in
family.
no time. With an inexplicable confidence, Byakuya was the first into the elevator. One by one, the others followed. No, Toko is just really obnoxious and cringe. For a number of reasons, but the multiple personalities
Hey.
is not it. They're all acting odd. Yes, they are. Like, they're paranoid suspicious of each other.
However,
But you know why that is, don't you? Yeah, I think so.
however,
Well, you can tell us all about it soon. At the class trial. You're right, I'm ready.
so
Of course. I'm glad to hear you say that. And then Kyoko was aboard the elevator. Well, this is it. Yeah, basically, as soon as the game is over, we are ending stream. Is basically how this works. Step after step toward the gaping maw, I'd resolved that this would be the last time. I repeated to myself that there was no fear, no mystery left. I pushed the anxiety down, calmed my trembling body, and finally, on steady legs, to the elevator. I passed the threshold and stood in the elevator. What's up, Foxy? Without warning, it began to descend. Deeper and deeper, 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 deeper still. Deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper. Deeper and deeper. Oh my god, Makoto, please, sir. It's an elevator. You don't need to tell me how far it's going. I closed my eyes and sight fell away. All sound, too, disappeared. Alone in the universe, I waited for the elevator doors to open for the last time. What could have been seconds or centuries later, I felt the gentle vibration of the elevator come to an end. I slowly opened my eyes. Oh, they went very utilitarian for this one. This is the final trial slate. What do you think? Isn't it just the perfect background for deciding a person's fate? It's the long-awaited last stage, the always exciting final boss battle. And I'm gonna sit in on this one. I'll just sit right here in the vacant 16th seat.
Thrills, chills, kills!
Yeah, you've said. Let's see. So these... Okay, so this is basically our last chance to do shenanigans. Did we pick up any new skills? No. Alright, we're just gonna have to go to trial with what we've got.
Since this will be the final class trial, I've come up with a special rule.
But the trials are usually pretty intense.
Listen up.
So I'm not always paying super close attention to the chat.
Killer and go on to solve the mystery of this school, you guys win! But if you can't, then I win! And of course, waiting for the loser is the super exciting, super heart-pounding punishment!
Are you saying that if you lose, you'll execute yourself?
Yep, sure will.
And that's final? No loopholes? No wiggling out of it later?
Of course not.
Yeah,
Bears never go back on their word.
Never mind all that. I just have one question for you.
Oh, you're taking this serious, huh? Are you feeling okay?
Is the mastermind only one person? Don't bother. I already know the answer. You're all the mastermind, aren't you?
Oh my god.
You're allowed to get me! I'm right, aren't
Man.
I knew it!
He started off so strong. He started off strong, and then he just went to... Yeah.
You guys have all been working together, haven't you? I have evidence, so I know I'm right.
Hey, you stole my line.
What?
You're all out to get me. I'm sure of it. I have evidence of my own.
What a coincidence. I too have evidence to present. Evidence that proves everyone other than me has been working together.
No.
What?
It's the group
Wait,
photo.
Hold on.
Because they
This
all
doesn't make any
don't
sense.
have whoever it
How
was
could
shown.
the three of us each have that kind of evidence?
No, that's wrong.
Yeah, they were manipulated group photos.
It's not just you three. I have evidence too.
What? You too?
Yep.
The evidence you're all referring to is this group photo, right?
Yep.
Well, yeah. Huh? Wait, but mine's different. With the picture you
The
have,
first or second
I'm
blood.
in it. But that can't be right. Because in my picture... See? I'm the only one not in it.
This is the first game. Figured as much in which case.
Hero, you have a picture too, right? Let's see it.
Okay, but be careful with it. It's pretty important evidence.
Yeah, see, this one too, it's just like I thought. It's everyone
So
but
the secret in
the
these
person they
pictures
were.
has been revealed.
Yeah.
Secret or whatever, I don't care. You guys are all in on this together. That's why I'm the only one missing.
But you're
No.
in my picture. You're the ones trying to trick me.
Except you're in
So
our
the whole
pictures.
purpose behind
Yeah.
these photos was to get us questioning and fighting with each other. The mastermind laid a trap to make us each think everyone else was working against us.
Huh? I laid a trap? A trap? How rude! What grounds do you have for such audacious accusations?
Where did you get confused? The proof I need to reveal Monokuma's trap. Each photo has a certain thing in common. There's a connection regarding what person isn't shown in the group photos. And that person is the one who got the
I got
photos.
it. In each case, the only one not in the picture is the person who received it. So, in the picture I got, I'm the only one missing.
That's probably how the pictures came into existence to
In
begin
the
with.
picture Hina got, she's
Oh,
the only
so-
one missing.
So these pictures are
And in the
before.
picture Hero
Well,
got,
there's going to
he's
be an
the only one missing.
explanation. Yeah, so there's going to be an actual explanation for.
As long as we're talking about it.
So the photos. So basically, it'll eventually get to where these photos came from. But judging from what we know about everything that's been kind of going on here at Hope's Peak, basically these were all pictures taken before they all got knocked out and the killing game began. So they were all classmates, they were all friends a year ago or more. And these photos are from then. Like Jez said, odds are the reason the person is not in the picture is because they were the one taking the picture. Although I would say Hina having a sports photo that she's not in is kind of weird, but maybe she was just sitting out the event because she's a swimmer and they were doing track and field. Who knows? But yeah, so basically, on one hand, we are trying to figure out who the mastermind is because they killed the student that triggered the class trial, the original class trial for this murder to begin with. And also figure out all of the secrets of the school, which the photo kind of goes to both. As long as we're talking about it, I suppose I should show you my photo as well. Ooh, yes, show us your photo, Byakuya. Wow.
In other words,
Yeah.
Monokuma gave each of us a group photo in which that person wasn't included.
And when we each saw our picture, you just assumed everyone else was the enemy?
How are the
Figured it
people
out, huh?
killed? It's been
Yeah,
a variety
I
of different
thought
methods.
That must be it. But how was that a hint?
But you know, there might be more to this than just Monokuma trying to confuse us. There's something else that bothers me about everyone's pictures. Yeah, like, let's see. Sayaka was stabbed with a kitchen knife. Chihiro was bludgeoned with... How are the people? Blood loss, injuries to vital organs, you know. Actually, mostly, let's see. Impaled with a knife? Oh, it's more of a stab than an impale, because the knives aren't big enough. But yeah, no, it's like, let's see. Yeah, Sayaka was stabbed with a kitchen knife. Chihiro was bludgeoned with a dumbbell. The third one was the Justice Hammers, so that was another bludgeoning kill. But that was a twofer. Let's see. Sakura poisoned herself. So that's 4. And then 5 was Mukuro, who we actually don't know how she died. Why did she poison herself? Because she was being used by the mastermind to spy on the students. Well, on her friends. And she was like, You know what? If you're not going to believe me, just in general, you know what? Here, I will solve this for you. And just poisoned herself. Which wound up causing a class trial because a student was technically murdered. There's something else that bothers me about everyone's pictures. Oh yeah, no, it was very sad. Easily
Listen,
the saddest.
can I see everyone's group photo
Especially
one more
since she left a
time?
will.
It's not directly connected to what we're talking about, but I'd like to double check something.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah, I don't mind.
I'm sure there's something unusual about these group photos. What is it? I need to compare each of them one more time. Yeah, let's see. Bayakuyu's picture. Junko's obscured there. Junko's backwards. Backwards. Obscured. Neither. There's something strange about all of them. Something I can't quite pin down. Something... Yeah.
Can you just forget about the photo already?
Nah.
Ugh. Trying to trick me with such an obviously fake photo? I'm still pissed about that.
And on top of that, they went to all that trouble to make it look like we were wearing matching uniforms.
So you think they're fake? No, I assure
Maybe
you,
what does it
they're
feel
quite
like?
real.
What are you talking about? There's no way.
I just kind of exist like anyone
Yeah,
else.
I don't remember ever taking a picture like that. So it's gotta be a fake. I'm sure of it.
But you know, can we really be so sure?
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I don't remember taking this picture either, but is that really enough to be absolutely positive they're fake?
What do you mean?
The reason I don't remember this picture isn't necessarily because it's fake. There might be some other reason, some terrible reason, an unbelievable but entirely horrifying reason. Are we gonna Hangman's Gambit Amnesia? Oh my god. Pretty sure it's SIA, right? Okay. Here's my S. Oh. I almost let the A get away!
Now I understand.
Oh
Let's say that somehow we'd all lost our memories. That could explain it, couldn't it?
Oh, I get it. So we all just lost our memories at the same time and forgot about the photo.
It's
Makes sense.
highly improbable.
As if. You
Yeah.
expect me to believe such an unbelievable occult-type story?
Yeah, we all lost our memories? That's just crazy.
It's only natural that they wouldn't believe it. But no matter how much they refuse, it's that if that's the absolute truth, they have no choice. We can't move forward until they accept it. And there's another way to prove it besides those pictures. The interview DVD, probably.
You're saying we all got spontaneous amnesia? Since when did this turn into some kind of sci-fi fantasy?
I promise you, I haven't lost my memory.
This is the ultimate
Ever
showdown
since
of
I
Ultimate
got to this
Destiny, yeah.
school, I remember everything that's happened.
So the idea that we all lost our memories.
It's totally stupid. Obviously.
I want to be part of the debate too. Yeah.
You're saying we all got
So-
Since when did this turn into
So when
some
she
kind of
says,
sci-fi-
I remember
promise you,
everything,
I haven't lost my memory.
I want to say it's...
Ever since I got to this
This one.
school, I remember everything that's happened.
Yeah.
No, that's wrong.
Oh, so hello, Mystery. How are you?
Those photos aren't the only things that point to the possibility of memory loss. This DVD does the same thing.
You're not gonna show us something indecent, are you?
Oh my god, Toko, please.
No, it's nothing like
So
that.
horny on main.
It's a video of all of us.
I think it's
being
it's
interviewed
11037.
by the Hope Academy headmaster.
When you say all of us, you mean
I mean all of us, including you.
You lie! I never did any kind of interview.
No, it's not a lie. Just watch the DVD and you'll see for yourself.
Thank you for sticking
The
up for me there,
headmaster did, in
Kyoko.
fact, interview you.
He let Junko take the fall. What do you mean?
Saying?
I didn't imagine
No,
you would
Junko's dead.
remember.
Junko got stabbed,
It's
remember?
not about whether or not I remember. You expect me to believe all this? That I lost
There's no
my
Junko
memory
here.
somehow?
Well, we don't have any way to refute it, so we have no
Her
choice
corpse
but
was
to accept it
used
as
to-
reality.
In the garden.
How can you say that? We're
I
talking about
misspelled the
living,
name.
breathing amnesia here.
Amazing.
To be honest, I have something else on my mind right now.
Oh, really?
Something else?
You said the DVD contains recordings of us being interviewed by the headmaster, right? What were the interviews about?
The headmaster sat each of us down, one at a time, and asked us the same question. He asked us if we could accept the idea of spending the rest of our lives in this school.
What kind of question is that?
And how did we answer?
We'd say no, obviously.
Actually,
We all said yes.
we all said we could. Even me. I heard myself say yes. I could spend the rest of my life at this school.
Why? Why would you say yes to something like that?
For the same
I don't
reason you
know.
guys said yes.
I don't remember a thing.
The same goes for everyone else. Nobody remembers. You don't remember choosing to live here forever, or even talking to the headmaster about it at all.
It doesn't matter if I remember or not. Even if I bought the whole amnesia thing, the idea that I would want to live here forever? That's just insane! How can I believe that?
Insane or not, we can't move forward until you accept it. Am I right?
You sure are, 'cause it's all true.
What?
Thank you,
I know
Monokuma.
it sounds absurd, but if it's the truth, there's nothing we can do about it.
Indeed, we only have one path in front of us.
Then, we really...
Yep, you all totally lost your memory at the same time.
This is
Amazing.
all making my head hurt.
And this isn't like some normal kind of memory loss. You stole those specific memories from us, didn't you?
Oopsie, you figured that part out too, huh?
The fact that,
course.
like, the memory
There's no
technology
way we would
here
all just
is, like...
happen to get amnesia at the same time.
How could someone just steal our memories?
How? Come, that hardly matters right now. If I said it was
all good fun.
hypnotism, would you believe me? Or we opened up your skulls and messed with your brains? Would you really believe anything I said? How it happened doesn't matter right now.
We have what did I
matters
miss?
is figuring out what memories you took from us.
So
That's what
we-
you're trying to say.
We have established that, well, we as Makoto already knew this, but we have basically convinced the others and gotten Monokuma to confirm that we all got group amnesia, and Monokuma stole our memories of our school life before the killing game began.
I knew I could count on you.
But it
The
sounds like very
interview with the
specific ones.
headmaster,
Yep.
taking that group photo, those can't be the only memories we lost.
Yeah.
There must have been a purpose to it all. A reason for taking away our memories.
Of course there was a purpose. It all has to do with the original motive.
Despair.
You mean the motive you came up with to try and get us to all kill each other?
That has something to do with the memories you stole from us?
It sure does. But that part's still a secret. Anyway, I'm sure it's not easy, but let's all focus on the class trial for the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Okay, so you want us to figure out who killed her before we do anything else.
So until we do that, well, either way, we have to explain every last remaining mystery. So, the one who killed Mukuro, the true mastermind, that's what we need to expose.
So who did it?
Hi, Wandita.
Who killed
How are you?
her?
Whoever did it is the same one who's behind everything. That much I'm sure of.
But when you think about it, is the mastermind really here in the school?
Of course! They have to be here somewhere.
What makes you so sure?
What does make me so sure?
Exactly. You're just making stuff up. There's no way the mastermind is here. The mastermind is probably a million miles away.
Nope. One of the control room is here in the school. So the mastermind has to be here.
There's no question that the mastermind is somewhere within the school.
How do you know? Did you find some evidence or something?
Yeah, we did.
In the back of the data center, I found a panel that controls Monokuma.
It's very cool, though.
The mastermind must have been using that to control him all this time. So there
Because it's a
can't be
very
any doubt
sophisticated control
the
room.
mastermind has been inside the school all along.
There can't be any doubt. In which case, there also can be no doubt that the mastermind is one of us.
Let's see, thoughts on who it could be.
Why?
Recall what Makoto told us Monokuma.
Well, it can't be any, well, as far as I can tell, it can't be any of us. So, it has to be either Mukuro, Ikusaba, or Junko, right? Mukuro, we're pretty sure is actually dead, given the Fenrir tattoo on the corpse. But the thing is, though, is that a lot of the stuff on the body points to Junko. So, the only way that pans out is if, well, we already know a corpse was taken from the biolab and used as the dead body for the murder, well, for the class trial. So, it's very interesting to see who it actually is. But we all know, well, we already know it can't be any of us. So that leaves Junko or the real Mukuro. So it's not, great odds, because they're both supposed to be dead. I'm sure I already told you this already, but the killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. Yeah, which is why it can't be any outside
So if the mastermind is in the school, we have to assume it can only be that 16th student.
Who knows, yeah.
How'd they manage to survive all of this?
So we're
By
the
hiding.
only ones here? It's not me! I'm not the mastermind!
Yeah,
Well, it's not me.
we know it's
I
not you
blame
guys.
Makoto!
What? Why me?
'Cause it's super weird how you're the only one who survived being executed.
Oh, I get it. The only way he could have survived is if he was actually the mastermind himself,
Did
right?
they not see Alter Ego save him?
Nuts! You got me.
Wait, what are you trying to say?
Everyone, calm down.
Also,
There's no reason to panic.
Makoto
The mastermind's
literally
true
could not do
identity
it.
will become clear soon
If
enough.
he's here
Just as soon as we find out who
and
killed
not in the
Mukuro.
Monokuma control room.
That's a good point. Rather than wasting time bickering, we should put our minds to work solving this mystery.
Yeah, well, how much time have we already spent talking about the murder?
He's right. What more is there to talk about?
If you want something to talk about, I think there might be one thing. We haven't fully established what Mukuro's fatal injury was.
That would be a funny twist, yeah.
Huh?
That Monokuma has a secret,
I thought
autopilot,
we figured that out.
and it was actually
She
Makoto.
died when she got hit in the back of the head.
No, that isn't actually what killed her. It was something entirely different. Wouldn't you agree, Makoto?
Mukuro's actual cause of death must have been the other
I
ones.
got it! all of the wounds covering her body. That's what really killed her.
No, because we were assuming they were older than they actually were.
You did read the Monokuma file, right?
The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. We assumed they were
pretty
older
clear.
than they actually were.
Those wounds were made at least a few days ago. So they can't possibly be what killed her.
Consider this. What if the murder itself took place at least a few days ago?
What?
What if, when we discovered her body, she'd already been dead for several days?
Yeah.
If that's true, then naturally the wounds that killed her would appear to be however many days old.
That doesn't make any sense. Because she had all those wounds before she ever came here.
Huh? How do you know that?
Isn't it obvious? She was the ultimate soldier, right? So that means, you know...
You're wrong.
She denied me. Before I could even say anything. Come on. I mean, you think I'm not weird, okay? At least listen to what I have to say before you deny me.
If you're so sure we're going to deny you, why bother saying it in the first place? This is why we hate Toko. Toko, please. Your writing could have been so much better.
Mukuro was the ultimate soldier.
I want to just check something really quick. Let's see. Did not have a single scar or aha! Aha! There we go.
She must have been in 100 different battles. So, when you think about it, obviously, she got all those...
No, that's wrong.
I just wanted to, like, make sure her profile didn't say anything right now. And I'm so
No,
glad I checked.
Mukuro didn't suffer those wounds in battle.
Yes, the
file
ultimate
we
soldier,
found
she
in
was
the
never touched.
Headmaster's room said as much. Despite the time she spent in battle after battle as a member of Fenrir, when she entered this school, she hadn't sustained a single injury.
To be denied so completely. Actually, it's kind of refreshing. Maybe it's because of all of Master's training.
Anyway,
Oh my god.
so we can be sure that
My
Mukuro
God.
suffered all those wounds, in which case, they could
After
be
coming
the
to the
very thing
school.
that killed her.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, it's hard to imagine any other possibility. When examining her body,
Because she is.
I found that her stomach and head wounds came after she was already dead.
Toko is horny on main
Unless anyone has any better suggestions,
near constantly.
I think we can say this with confidence.
That's
The
why
wounds Mukuro
I can't
sustained
stand her.
all over her body are what ultimately killed her.
Like, ma'am, please, have some other mode than horny. I beg. Oh,
But if that's what killed her...
here, 1 second. I just knocked something over. Toko in this game is weird, but if you play Ultimate Despair Girls, you end up loving her. Yeah, honestly, something tells me that, like, she was just written really poorly in this game, and that if she appears else in, like, other times, they get better, because, good lord, her writing is terrible. And, well, and she's not the only one, either. Because there's, like, a few. Like, there's, like, a few characters who have just, like, really bad writing, and it's like, bruh. Alright, so, let me go grab the thing that I knocked over, and I will be literally right back. Sorry about that. My god. Anyway.
Then does that mean she's really been dead for who knows how long?
We have established
That's exactly
the
what it
cause of
means.
death for Mukuro
When we found her
Ikusaba,
body in the garden, she'd already been dead for several days.
and that she was several days dead.
So then, what about the little matter of what happened last night?
Oh yeah,
Makoto, you said you were attacked in your room by a masked assailant.
yeah.
If Mukuro had already been dead for several days, Certainly it couldn't have been her. So who was it that attacked you?
The identity of the one who attacked me. I can't think of anyone else.
I got it! The
Yeah.
one who attacked me was the true mastermind. When we discovered Mukuro in the garden wearing the same mask,
we just kind of assumed, yeah.
I naturally assumed she must have been the one who attacked me. But I was wrong. It wasn't her at all. It was the mastermind.
What are you laughing at?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just getting a little impatient sitting here listening.
Oh yeah, Monokuma's part of the
Gotta
trial this
jump
time around.
in. Let's start off with a nice, easy question. Your assumption that I attacked Makoto is just that, right? An assumption. You can't really know who was under that mask, can you? I mean, that's the whole point of a mask. The true identity of the masked attacker is Mukuro Ikusaba. At least, that's what I think. Do you have any evidence that might convince me
Well,
otherwise?
I mean, no, there's no way Mukuro is the one that attacked me. Even if I didn't see their face. Why does the bear have to be so scary? Because the bear is supposed to be despair-inducing. Mukuro had a very obvious Fenrir tattoo. Yeah, the attacker didn't have one. The attacker also didn't have fake nails. Kuma file number 5? What? You need a movie called The Christmas starring Reeves, Bale, Pine, Pratt, Evans, Hemsworth, directed, of course, by Nolan. Amazing. Alright, let's see. Dead before the blast. Victim stabbed a single time with a knife. Through the body. Struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. Body was covered in wounds several days old. Alright. We might actually have to pull it out of the conversation. Never
So
saw
you
it.
can't have any idea who was under that mask. I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro Ikusaba.
What's up? What's up, Foxy?
You're wrong.
So hi, Starlight.
Even
How are
without
you?
seeing their face, there's another part of the attacker we can use to prove it wasn't her.
Oh? And what is this other part?
Hands.
Is it the right hand? Or the left hand? Maybe the right foot?
I'm trying to remember what hand... the... Can I see a picture of the body? Ew! What I wouldn't do for a picture of the body. Honestly, I'm probably not dressing up this year because I have nowhere I'm going. Wonder why Mukuro attacked Monokuma knowing what would happen and what Junko's plan was. Or we have as we established on Thursday. Yeah. I'm trying to remember what hand the tattoo is on. I want to... No, it was... Okay, so... It was right hand, I think.
Or perhaps the
No!
left foot?
And?
Or
Thank
could
you.
it be
No.
the hips?
It's the tattoo. Some...
You
Yeah.
never saw their face, right? So you can't have any idea who was under that. I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro Ikusaba.
I was
You're
hitting the...
wrong.
Even with there's another part of the...
Oh? Is it the right hand or the left hand? Maybe the right foot. Or perhaps the left foot.
Or could it be the hips?
Where do I see it?
You never saw them, so you can't have...
I'm telling you now,
it was Mukuro.
Okay, there we go.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah, I technically played before.
Mukuro had a tattoo on her right hand,
I
if I
didn't
remember
get very
correctly.
far. I think I got to like maybe chapter 2.
A representation of Fenrir. In other words, a
or
wolf
something like
tattoo.
that. No, but like my
But
my
I saw
most
the
thorough
right hand of the person who attacked me.
exposure to Danganronpa was a text-based Let's Play.
And there
That
was no
someone
such
did.
tattoo.
It was a very good read, by the way.
So there's no way the person behind the mask was
Yeah.
Mukuro.
Yeah, well, okay. You got me. I guess it wasn't her. But that still doesn't prove that it was me. It could have been, you know, someone else,
No, there
right?
isn't. Yeah.
Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I all have solid alibis for that entire night.
Yeah! We were in the gym tearing you apart, so it could have been any of us.
Oh, okay, sure. It couldn't have been any of you. But what about Kyoko? It totally could have been her.
Kyoko's just like,
No snappy comeback? Did I score a bullseye?
If you insist, I don't mind showing you.
Huh? Show me
Ooh.
what?
What do you think? I'll show you the one thing that proves beyond a shadow of a doubt it wasn't me.
Before anyone could say anything. Kyoko was removing her gloves.
Your hands!
Without thinking, I let out a gasp. It was more than just a little burned skin.
Awful, isn't it? It happened when I was first learning to be a detective. I was inexperienced.
I thought you didn't want anyone to see those scars.
If it means we get another step closer to unmasking the mastermind, it doesn't really bother me.
Kyoko seemed to savor the words as she said them. Then she put her gloves back on.
My scars should suffice as proof. Makoto, did the person who attacked you have scars like mine?
Nope.
No, not at all. I'm positive.
Yeah,
Then
I
this
have a
much has
feeling
been made
Kyoko's
clear.
scars would be very identifiable.
There can be no doubt that the one who attacked Makoto is the true mastermind.
Yeah, her hands are like covered in scars. That's why she wears custom-made gloves.
This is just awful. On top of my secret being revealed, I had to look at those positively grotesque
Oh,
scars
Monokuma,
of
shut up.
yours. Sorry, did I say that out loud? I do hope I didn't hurt your feelings.
Oh, he hopes he
Not
hurt
at
her
all.
feelings.
You can say whatever you want.
Sure, as long as it means pushing me farther into the corner, right? But not
For
corner
her?
just
No, they seem to be
yet,
burn scars.
Because if you haven't noticed,
And she said it was from
the
detective work.
circumstances surrounding Mukuro's death are totally unknown.
That's true.
Yeah.
All we know right now is she was killed a good while before this morning.
Oh my
On the
god, it's all been one
contrary,
day.
We don't know anything
We've
other
had
than
2
that.
trials today.
You're not going to tell us she was already dead before we arrived here or something, are you?
In that regard, you have nothing to worry about.
She arrived
I
alive.
promise you, without a doubt, she died after our little killing game began here.
Then somehow she was killed in secret without any of us knowing.
And after she died, who
Seijin-
knows how much time went by before we
Zuko's
found
body
her,
was
right?
actually really smart, yeah.
The culprit stashed her somewhere? She couldn't have been in the garden the whole time, could she?
Who? Kyoko? The fire.
If she was, she would have been totally decomposed. Just
Then she was being stored somewhere?
Yeah.
But to hide a body here, to just store it somewhere?
Yeah. Yeah, no. Kyoko's hands are covered in burn scars.
I got it! Mukuro's body was probably kept hidden in the biolab.
biolab? You mean on the 5th floor?
Yeah, no, she could have been
That's
killed,
right.
whatever.
It's actually set up for use as a morgue.
Yep.
So it's the perfect place to hide a body. And it'd keep the body preserved at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're also saying the body was moved from the biolab to the garden.
And I have no doubt that that's exactly what happened. In fact, I have proof.
Yep. And then the tarp. There's something that made its way. Yeah.
I got it! What makes me so sure the body was carried from the biolab to the garden is...
Yeah, Mondo had to been turned into butter,
The tarp
so
that we found in
there
the
was
garden.
nothing to move. There was no reason.
When I was checking
Just put
it
him in a
over
fridge.
again, I noticed something. I
Like,
noticed
literally
that
any
some
fridge?
text had been stamped on one corner of the tarp.
How would they preserve Mondo's body? They had
it
bar
says
butter. Exactly.
biolab.
Just put him in a fridge.
Holy cow!
That's all you had to do.
How'd
If
you
you're
notice
concerned
that
about him
tiny little
melting,
thing?
just put him in literally any
Makoto's
fridge.
nitpicky nature
You know what would
seems
be
to
like
have certainly-
you know what would be maximum despair? put him in the kitchen fridge. Make them put him on their toast. Make them cook with him. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? But no, they put him in the morgue, which, you know what? Props to the mastermind for drawing the line at cannibalism. Makoto's nitpicking nature seems to have served us.
That the tarp originally came from the biolab.
Oh, thank you, Foxy.
In fact, there's a whole stack of tarps just like it in there.
Oh, good lord.
So when the killer moved the body to the garden, they must have grabbed a tarp to wrap it in.
Taka stopped eating since Mondo's incident. You can notice that in his sprites. Oh god. I'm not surprised, but I didn't even
left
notice.
It as it was to protect against the sprinklers, and put the code on it afterwards.
Wow, you made everything sound so amazingly consistent.
Because it is.
That's just a wild guess.
Oh.
Where's your evidence? Prove that the body was wrapped in a tarp and moved.
We made
There
Monokuma
is no
upset.
evidence. I was simply explaining what I think happened. But you seem to be getting pretty worked up about it, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, he's getting...
Now that the conversation has turned to the topic of the biolab, you must be getting pretty nervous. Because the key to uncovering your secret identity is hidden within that room, isn't it?
You talking about unmasking the mastermind?
Because it's literally whose
You
corpse...
see, the biolab contained an inconsistency. One so major it can't
Yeah,
be
it's
overlooked.
basically whose corpse is missing. Could you be talking about...
I can't hear you. La 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 la.
Such
Oh
a
my
child.
God.
Oh well, just ignore him.
I need to pull myself together and to think. The inconsistency in the biolab. Could you be talking about...
By the way, Makoto, what about that one thing?
What thing, Monokuma?
What one thing?
Yeah.
What do you think I'm talking about?
Oh, he's
Your
trying to...
family.
He's trying to distract so hard from the biolab. What does our family have to do with anything?
Don't tell me you forgot about that video message.
Like, you know, I just realized Makoto's sister and dad look remarkably like the headmaster and Ukuro. Like, obviously they're not them, but like, remarkable resemblance.
So what do you think? Are you sure your family's still okay?
Just threatening us in the middle of the
Why are you
trial.
bringing that up now?
Your mom, your dad, your little sister. What do you think has happened to your family? Are they really as safe as you might have assumed?
Stop talking about that!
Calm down, Makoto. He wants you to get upset.
I don't think we ever learn what happened to Mr. or Mrs. Naegi in Ultimate Despair Girls, but Kamaru we do learn of. Oh, is that his sister? Ah. I need to calm down. I can't let him get to me. He's just saying that because he knows we're getting close to the truth of the biolab. So if I want to shut him up, I need to expose the inconsistency and slam him with it. The inconsistency has to be that one area where the numbers just don't match up. Oh god, no! Oh god.
Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this? That's impossible! What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? Proof! Are you sure about this? Proof!
Oh my god. Okay.
I'm not listening!
This should prove it.
Got him. I'm surprised he didn't... God. I'm surprised he didn't, like, fuzz out the beat.
Talking about is the lights.
I'm actually surprised.
What are you talking about?
That was one of the more fair versions of that.
Like I said before, the biolab also acts as a morgue. And as part of that, a giant refrigerator
No,
was installed.
the bear is
in there.
designed to be hated.
That's where everyone who's died is stored.
That's why everyone loves him.
And it was set up so that when a slot had a body in it, a blue light would turn on.
In other words, if the blue light is on, that means there's a body in that slot.
But I counted up the number of blue lights that were on, including the one Mukuro was in, and there were only 9.
Yeah, there should be 10.
Why does that matter? You gotta give me the bite-sized version here, man.
9 lights doesn't make sense. The number of lights should be 10.
I got it! 10 of the lights should have been on. Any other number is incredibly suspicious.
Suspicious? Why? That's simple. Just recall who's died here so far, and it should become clear.
Yeah, it's like basic math. That's right. That's the key to solving this mystery. Sayaka died. Sayaka was murdered. Junko was executed. Leon was executed. Chihiro was murdered. Mondo was executed. Taka and Hifumi were murdered. Celeste was executed. Sakura poisoned herself. And then mysteriously murdered. Monokuma could have easily have lied about the missing body being Mondo. Yeah,
That's right.
but didn't bother.
Any other number should make you immediately suspicious.
Hi, Matthew. How are you?
But according to the lights in the biolab, only 9 people were being stored there.
You're saying a dead body just up and disappeared?
Not necessarily.
The mastermind destroyed one of the bodies to get rid of evidence.
But if they wanted to do that, they would have destroyed Mukuro's body, since they actually killed her.
Exactly.
And yet, her body was left alone.
Then, whose body disappeared?
It may
I don't
very well
presume
be
anything was left
that
of
none of
Celeste
them
either, to be
disappeared.
fair. Well, no.
And if that's
So,
true,
Celeste, it depends on how long they let the fire burn. Because Celeste died due to being hit by the fire truck. She didn't actually burn to death. And since that fire truck was going at ridiculous speeds, arguably she was knocked out of the flames. Then why doesn't the body count match? Yeah.
including Monokuma's executions, there
She was
have
crushed by the car,
apparently
she
been
would be a
10
pancake.
deaths, but there
No,
were only 9 bodies.
no, because you
That's
don't
the point I'm
pancake like
trying to
that.
make.
I mean, in this, by their logic, maybe,
I'm completely lost.
but no,
How can
you
the
just
number
be a
of victims
heap of
be
broken
less than the
bones.
number of murders?
Like, your skull might be, like, smushed in, but other than that, you'd be largely intact. My explanation for more murders than victims. Why is that? The same person was killed twice.
What about if the same person was killed twice?
Huh? Killed twice?
Officially, 10 murders have been committed so far. But one of the victims may have been murdered, and then murdered again.
Murdered and murdered again?
If that's the case, there could have been 10 killings, but still only 9 victims, right?
Technically, you're right, I guess. But still, something like that.
Could easily have happened. No, it is what happened.
Sounds like you're already convinced. Then can you tell us who was killed twice?
It was Mukuro, of course. Before she was killed as Mukuro Ikusaba, she was killed as someone else.
And that's why the body had to be stored in the biolab until the moment we found it in the garden.
Exactly.
No, that's crazy talk. She was killed as someone else? Come on! Besides, who could that someone else even have been?
All you have to do is look at those bodily injuries of hers, and that will become obvious.
Nothing's gonna become obvious. Because Kyoko's totally delusional.
I don't know. He's pretty defensive for that. Make your argument. Let's go. Monokuma file. Okay. She was. Wait. No. So basically, looks like we're probably going to have to pull it from the
Who is this
from the
someone
argument.
else that
Exactly,
Mukuro
like
was
twi-
killed as?
Like 20 spear impalements? I mean... Now, I don't remember precisely where Junko was stabbed, but those all look suspiciously like stab wounds from spears. Well, impalements from spears.
Sayaka Maizono?
No.
Junko Enoshima?
No. Oh, I hit the wrong button, that's why.
Shoot!
Well, no. Well, chest area. No.
Who is this
Alright.
someone? Was it?
Sayaka Junko Enoshima?
No. I'm dumb. No.
Leon
Nope.
Kuwata?
Nope, we're just gonna have to...
Chihiro Fujisan. Mando Kiyotaka.
We're just gonna have to let him cycle.
Celestia.
Lou or maybe?
Lou, whatever.
No.
There's no way anyone was murdered twice.
All the spears impaled her heart, looks like.
Is
Yeah.
this someone else? Was it?
Junko Enoshima? Leon Kuwachi Hiro Mando Kiyotaka Ikifumi Celestia Lu, or maybe no. There's no way anyone was murdered.
Yeah,
No,
Junko was murdered
wrong.
twice. Or at least, that's what it looks like. There we go.
Junko. Wasn't her fatal injury pretty similar to Mukuro's?
Yes, it
What
was.
do you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well, remember what happened to her? She was impaled by a bunch of spears, all over her body.
Largely through the chest, though, where it would be most
And
fatal.
Mukuro died from a number of wounds across her body. When you compare that to the stab wounds Junko suffered,
And the similarities match?
Yes, and those are the
Add on
only
to that,
fatal injuries that
Junko
match
had
up.
the same visuals, vitals as
That
Mukuro. Yeah, that
explains
too.
why those two bodies are actually one and the same.
so let me see if I have this straight. Junko, or someone going by that name, was stabbed to death with multiple spears. Then her body was kept in the biolab for however long before being dragged out again.
Yep.
Only this time, it was presented as the corpse of one Mukuro Ikusaba.
Yep.
It all
And
matches
claimed
up,
that all
right?
the images of her had
Those wounds
photoshopped her
Junko
chest to be
suffered
bigger, which is
could
still likely true,
easily
but in
be
place
these
Junko
same
had different
injuries.
vitals. Yep.
It's really true? Mukuro and Junko are the same person? Wait, so then... Yeah, what does it all mean?
The real
It
Junko
means
is somewhere
that there
around.
haven't been 10 victims, but 9. Which also means that among the people we thought were dead, one is still alive.
And that's the true identity of the mastermind?
Who is it? Who's behind all this?
We already know the answer to that. It's Mukuro. She's still alive.
No.
She took Junko's body and made it look like she was the one who died. So
I mean,
Mukuro's
right
still
logic,
alive.
but wrong direction.
Gotta be.
Mukuro and
All the silence,
Junko were working
Then
together, so she was
must be
supposed
right.
to attack
I'm right,
Monokuma, and then the trapdoor would get them together, but she got... Yeah. No, but can we... No, we can't believe that. There's no way Mukuro Ikusaba is still alive. Yeah, because the Fenrir tattoo is still on her hand. Yeah, this wasn't supposed to happen, yeah.
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive?
That's right. She made it look like Junko's body was her. So the mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
What do you say, Monokuma? Do you give up?
Yeah. I like that. For that to be true, then that couldn't have been her body we found in the garden. Is that really possible? No. Alright, so let's look at... Confirm that the corpse matches these characteristics. Yeah. And then... Fatal injury. No, it has to be.
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Yeah.
No,
It literally has to be Mukuro.
No, the body we found in the garden was Mukuro. That's one thing we can be sure of. The body's appearance and measurements are consistent with her records. Right, Kyoko?
She was 5 foot 6 inches tall and weighed 97 pounds. Her vitals were 31, 21, 32. Everything in her profile is consistent with that corpse.
And then there's the matter of the Fenrir tattoo. So there's no question it's her.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say the Fenrir tattoo is the more specific
If
one.
Mukuro's not the mastermind, then who's actually still alive?
Someone's made it look like they died, but they're actually still alive. There's only one person it could be.
Here's my answer.
Yeah, it has to be Junko.
Junko is still alive. It's the only possibility.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, they share identical measurements.
I admit, since Mukuro is undoubtedly
Everything
dead,
is identical.
Junko does seem to be the only other explanation. But we saw her get impaled. She died right before our very eyes. If Junko were still alive, the death we saw would had to have been some kind of charade.
I mean, yes, but not
You
in the
yourself
way you're
confirmed
thinking.
she was
of.
dead,
Yeah.
did you not?
Now that you mention it, I gently placed my hand on Junko's lifeless body. I touched her wrist to check for a pulse, like they do in movies and stuff, but she really is dead. There wasn't anything else to say. She was gone. I did check absolutely, and I can say for sure.
She was dead. There's no question. Junko was dead.
So, the idea that she's still alive.
It must be wrong.
No.
Then you're withdrawing your previous statement?
I know you gave it your best shot, but
No,
too
but like
bad.
he's
I guess
right,
your conclusion
and they
wasn't
they're all right. They're just looking at it
Too bad,
slightly
too
wrong.
bad.
This
No.
case hasn't been decided just yet.
Yeah, no, they have it. They just need to like twist it around
You
in their heads
haven't
a
given
little
up
harder.
already, have you, Makoto?
Huh?
No, of course not. There's no way I'd
No,
give
they
up that
literally
easy.
have it staring them right in the
That's
face,
all well
but
and
they just
good,
have to
But how do you intend to solve the problem standing in your way?
figure it out.
Junko absolutely died. Mukuro absolutely died.
Then both of them are dead, right? There can't be any kind of survivor story.
I think we need to look at this from the opposite direction.
There we go.
Huh? The opposite direction?
Let's assume Junko is still alive. If so, how could she have survived?
I really do just not like this game. Aw. Fair enough. How could Junko have survived? I checked her, she was dead, I'm sure of it. But still, if she were alive somehow, could it be that Junko's not the one that died? It wasn't Junko, but someone else entirely. Exactly! Maybe she used some sort of trick. Yes, that is exactly how it happened. Oh, what are they trying for? Replace, I think? Come on. Give me an E. Give me an E. Oh my god! I need an L. Give me an A. Thank you. Easy.
Now I understand.
Yeah, no, Danganronpa is a bizarre
That's
game
it.
in many ways.
What if she
I can
switched
understand it
places
not
with
being
someone
for
else?
like anyone's cup of tea.
Which places?
That's right.
I like how crunchy it is,
Before
personally.
the spears could kill her, she got someone to take her place.
Yep.
Specifically, Mukuro Ikusaba,
Then that would make it Mukuro's corpse that showed up later.
which is why the body's height and weight and everything match Mukuro's profile, right?
I don't know anything about this switching places thing, but that had to be Junko who got stabbed to death, right?
Nope.
Yeah, you're saying they switched? When could they even have done that? right when she was about to die? Like she used some kind of ninja replacement technique?
Good point. There's just no way they could have switched like that. So maybe the whole idea is wrong.
No. There has to be some way. I need to figure out how to explain how they could have switched. They switched at the beginning. They had been switched from the start.
Two of them, they have switched places from the very beginning.
What? From the beginning?
Yes, from the moment we first met. If that's when they switched, then they
How did she
wouldn't have had
convince
to
Mukuro
switch
to
at the
take
moment
her
of
place?
death,
Because
right?
they were working together. I think it's the writing that makes me dislike it.
After all, the one we saw at that point.
So the thing with at least this particular trial is that we're not just solving the murder, we're also solving the mystery of what all has been going on this entire time. So it's taking the... So it's basically one big mystery, one big game arc mystery, with a bunch of like chapter specific mysteries kind of building up to support it. But there's certain things that you only find out in chapter 6, which is the one that we're finishing right now. Because we now have full access to the school, so there's a lot of conclusions we have to draw from the evidence we find. So, I'm just referring to the pacing and the use of a lot of unneeded dialogue to reach conclusions. Yeah, so, like I said, I'm not going to say that Danganronpa has stellar writing, because, especially with its characters, it could do a lot better. But there are certain things, like, it actually does a surprisingly good job with its mysteries, like with the mysteries themselves, and because nothing is really hidden from you. Byakuya knew Mukuro existed since they unlocked the library, but said nothing. Yeah, that also doesn't help. That Byakuya was hiding information. Like there's a lot of like moving pieces that make all of this so much harder. Because if Byakuya had been more inclined to share information, we would have learned about Mukuro long ago, because he knew she existed. Byakuya is... Byakuya? Whatever his name is! The spoiled rich kid. Byakuya. The spoiled rich kid. Whatever his name is. Honestly, I'm about to call him Princess Bubblegum. The writing is better in 2 and 3. Low bar, but still, yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, the bar's kind of low. But yeah, no, the thing with Danganronpa is, unlike, Phoenix Wright, it doesn't really have, like, a massive, like, it doesn't really have, like, this whole big series with, like, offshoot series in which to improve its writing. So you have the first one, the second one, the third one, and then you have, the Spare Girls. From what I gather, Despair Girls isn't great, but from what I gather, it's also just mechanically bad, but the rest of it's actually not too bad. But yeah, no, so the first one, the writing is characters are mostly where it falls flat. But if you don't mind having a bunch of unreliable narrators running around, it actually doesn't do too badly as far as the mysteries themselves are concerned. But the overall, like, school life, and the overarching despair plot that explains the killing game, yeah, probably could have done a little better, depending, like, just for how it's presented in the dialogues. 'Cause finding all of this stuff is surprisingly well-paced, all things considered. But the actual, like, conversations are a little, But I think that's mostly, like, a character writing issue, and not a actual, like, plot, like, overall, like, structural issue with it, because the characters are so, like, all over the place in quality that it makes it a little hard. but honestly, I'll have to examine it at some point. Oh yeah, true. Translation issue too, because it's the first of the series, so the English translation is always going to be the dodgiest. Just like with Phoenix Wright, the translations will get better as, you know, the translators get used to like the nature of the material they're working with. Yeah, no, honestly, Phoenix Wright had the same issue. If anything, Phoenix Wright had it worse. Because at least the mysteries in Danganronpa are still followable and logical. Is it a bit clumsy sometimes? Like, does it kind of expect you to start making like drawing conclusions a bit early, or like in like weird spots? Yeah, but
hold on.
None
So
of it doesn't
you're
make
saying
sense.
The Junko we first
If that
met
makes any sense. Like,
is
they've been
actually
tricky, but
Mukuro
they've
all
all
along?
made sense. Phoenix Wright? So many of those I struggled with
We
because the
already
logic
met
was
her?
just bad.
I had like a normal conversation with her.
When we first met, none of us knew who anyone else was.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to save that rant
So
for like
Mukuro could
another
have
day or
simply
for like
told us
later.
her name was Junko,
Because we do have a case to solve.
and we never would have known the difference. That would easily allow the two of them to switch places from the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, but Mukuro had a tattoo on the back of her hand, right? Junko never had any tattoo like that, did she?
I mean, makeup.
She could have hidden it with foundation or something like that.
And no one would have batted an eye if the ultimate,
If she
you know,
did,
fashionista
it
had.
likely melted away in the explosion,
Yeah.
exposing the tattoo after the body was extinguished. Plus, there were the fake nails found on the hands of Mukuro's body.
Yeah, the ultimate soldier wouldn't wear fakes.
They were the same fake red nails she was wearing when we all met for the first time.
But if she really did use foundation,
Correct. Even if there was no tattoo on her hand, I couldn't say for certain it wasn't Mukuro. So I'm glad nobody noticed that glaring hole when we were trying to figure out who attacked Makoto. But too bad for you, Monokuma. You can't deny it anymore.
Wait, so this whole thing was a setup from the very beginning?
If that's true, it was quite an elaborate plan to be sure, making it look like Mukuro was Junko.
The reason such an
Oh.
elaborate plan was possible
Monokuma's
is
gone
because the
silent.
two of them were working together.
So Mukuro, the ultimate despair, teamed up with someone like her. In other words, it would be fair to say that Junko herself was also the ultimate despair.
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong? Lost the will to fight
We don't
back?
have to listen to the bear for now.
I think he's just afraid.
Afraid? What's that mean?
A welcome reprieve, yeah.
Afraid. Fear is only possible where hope is possible. I only have despair, so fear is an alien concept to me.
Then why haven't you been saying anything?
Yeah, cute.
Because it's a bunch of nonsense. Junko's my secret identity?
Has to be.
As if.
Then why did you try and protect Junko's real identity?
I tried to
Ooh.
protect her identity. When did I do that?
So he still refuses to admit it, but he can try to deceive us all he wants. It doesn't matter. Because I've already figured it out. He tried to hide Junko's identity, and not just once, but twice. The first time was during our latest investigation. Hmm. No, I think it actually has to be the picture. It has to do with what Monokuma tried to keep me from seeing during the abyss. Oh, wait. What did he try to keep us from seeing? Wait. No. He chased us away from something. What did he chase us away from? Oh, wait, hello.
I got it! While I was in the AV room, watching the DVD of our interviews with the headmaster.
Oh yeah, we would have heard her, and we would have been able to... Yeah. I wonder how many members are actually part of Ultimate Despair. Good question. We know of at least 2. Yeah, so he cut the power to the DVD player. Or
You
at
made
least
sure I
unplugged it.
couldn't finish watching the video. And the reason you did that is because you didn't want me to see the real Junko, did you?
Oh, yeah! If everyone was in that video, of course Junko would have had to show up.
And if Makoto saw the real Junko, it would have been totally obvious that the Junko we met was an imposter.
That whole power outage thing was just a fluke.
The funny thing is that if memory serves, they're practically identical anyway. It wasn't a fluke. The Mastermind definitely orchestrated that power outage, and that's not the only time they tried to hide Junko's identity. The Mastermind tried to cover up one other piece of evidence. I gotta reveal that. Is it not the picture? Oh, hello. God damn it, not again.
What? What do you want? What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? What are you even talking about? That's impossible!
This should prove it.
There we go. There we go. We were right, but not at the right moment.
The video wasn't the only thing you tried to
Yeah.
cover up. You did the same thing with this group photo.
Uh-oh.
I noticed it just a little while ago.
Oh yeah, no.
when
All
we
of
were
them
all
have her
comparing
face
the
obscured.
photos we'd gotten. In all the photos, there's a certain similarity, an unusual circumstance.
What's so unusual about them?
Oh, he big mad. The unusual circumstance common to all these pictures is that Junko's obscured. Or like, turned around.
I got it!
We see
Junko's
Mukuro's face
face.
all the time, but Junko's?
The one thing common to every single photo is that you can't see her face.
Very selective pictures.
It's hard to believe her face would just happen to be hidden in every single picture, don't you think? And on top of that, in this photo, you can see that Mukuro is clearly visible. So in other words, at that point, the two of them hadn't switched yet.
Ooh.
With all that in mind,
Yeah, she's
there's
right there.
no doubt that the girl whose face is hidden here is the real Junko. Which is why you had to have pictures that didn't show her face. Because if we could have seen her face, then it would have clearly revealed that the Junko in the pictures wasn't the Junko that
The funny
we
thing
knew.
is her face would have been hidden from the beginning and no one asked for a reshoot.
I believe everything
Yeah.
Makoto said is true. Junko and Mukuro
Well-
switched places before we met either of them.
At least with most of those, they're just like
So she
candid, so
killed
like her not,
Mukuro, who had
you know,
taken her
paying
place,
attention is
making it
normal,
look like
but,
she died. And the real Junko
like ask
is
Taka to
still
move.
alive.
Yeah.
And
Go on the
she's the
edge.
one behind this whole murderous situation. This killing game.
Or like in the back.
She's the true
He's tall
mastermind
enough, he
and
probably
the
would have been
ultimate
fine.
despair.
Xanadu times 2!
With
Ooh.
this, the identity and the crimes of the mastermind have been exposed.
No, wait, hold on!
Don't bother trying to deny it. There's no more room for debate. You don't have anywhere left to run. I'll prove
Ooh.
everything. Right
Now. Oh my god. Okay, Makoto. Okay. Alright, so we all roll up into the school. Junko says hi. What's the identity? Let's see. She attacks Monokuma, gets impaled. Yeah. Okay, body is taken to the biolab. Bam. Ba-ba-ba. No. Mastermind attacked me with something. What was it? Shing. Or the mastermind attacked me. Who was it that stopped them? Oh, which iteration? Maybe it's this one. He single-handedly carried this entire mutual killing it. Exactly. It's a miracle Makoto never became the ultimate hope after this. What do you mean? That's been his shtick since the very beginning. After their surprise attack failed, the mastermind fled my room. Where's the flea? I guess that's this one, actually. So that would make this one, yeah. Let's see. Body. There we go. Condition of the body. We first found it. Afterward. He's just some normal dude. I mean,
Here's
by a
exactly what
technicality.
We met the ultimate fashionista, Junko Enoshima, right after we all arrived here. But that wasn't the real Junko.
He just happens to be one of 3 survivors who has brain cells. True.
The girl we saw before us was actually the 16th student who had taken Junko's place. And that girl's name was Mukuro Ikusawa.
Oh, they probably have like different eye colors, don't they?
But it wasn't long before she died at the hands of Monokuma. In other words, the mastermind, Junko Enoshima. Her body was kept in a biolab, which had been converted into a morgue. Until Junko decided to put her body to use. Junko dragged the body out of the biolab, using the tarp to carry her to the garden.
Yeah, and we didn't have
She
access to the
fabricated
biolab
murder
for
to
so
try and
long.
frame Kyoko, who'd proven to be one big thorn in her side.
I like the sparkles in her hair, though.
Meanwhile,
All in the wig.
she wanted us all to think Mukuro was still alive and hiding somewhere inside the school. So she put on a mask and then attacked me. After making sure I'd gotten a good look at the mask, she left the room.
Dun dun dun.
Then she put the same mask on Mukuro's body. This was all to make us think the person who attacked me and the corpse were one and the same. She wanted us to believe the murder had only recently taken place. Finally, by strapping a bomb to the body, she was able to destroy any remaining evidence. She needed to hide the body's true identity. She had to make sure we didn't find out it was actually the same person we'd met in the beginning. This is the truth behind Mukuro's murder, and the one who carried it all out is the true mastermind. The one controlling Monokuma. The real Junko Enoshima.
Hey, yo.
That's the whole story behind this incident. Well, what do you have to say to that?
Alright, so we solved the murder.
What? Are you broken again?
You can't get out of this, so don't even try.
Come on! It's time you finally revealed yourself!
It's not like you're an endangered species or something. How long do you plan to keep hiding?
Give it up, Junko. The game's over.
Over?
Yeah, no, the game's not over. It's just beginning.
Did
you really think the story would end once we reach the climax of the case?
No, because we still have to solve the mystery of the
Wrong.
school.
There's still plenty more to go.
Because all we did was solve the murder. The ultimate despair. Hello, ma'am. Lovely to have you join us.
We have been waiting so very long for peasants like you to appear. If you swear your fealty to us, we will reward you with half of the entire world. We've even drawn up the deed already. We will grant you honor.
She's so
status,
obnoxiously
some of
British.
our home cooking. Have you made your choice? Will you serve under us?
Oh, did you think I was being serious? Sorry, I was just messing with you. It's been so long since I've had an audience. Even I'm not sure what kind of role I'm supposed to play.
She's the real Junko Inoshima.
Anyway, looks like I've finally been set free. Having to play Monokuma all the time.
She sounds
day
so
after
bored. I
day.
love it.
It was like I was stuck in purgatory. Or like a slow suicide. I get bored so easy, you know?
She sounds so
Huh?
bored.
What about my face? What's wrong with my beautiful face? People have told me I'm cuter than 100 chihuahuas combined.
I
And
feel
whose fault
like
is that?
this isn't the first time I've seen you.
No, I do remember seeing it. I'm sure I've seen her too somewhere. It was definitely before I got to school.
I got it!
Yeah.
That's right. It was before I ever came
Oh
to
yeah, the
the
magazines,
school.
yeah. Because she's
I
technically a
remember seeing the
fashionista.
magazine cover,
A very bored one, but a fashionista.
and you were on it.
Wow, you have a pretty good memory. I guess that's why you've made it this far, huh?
So I was right. Then what you told me in the main hall when this all began.
I think her boredom is an act too, almost guaranteed. I've seen her on tons of, but it doesn't really match up with reality. Huh? Oh, are you talking about the oh yeah, no, she's got freckles! Oh, that's why her face is covered! The real Junko doesn't have freckles! Yeah, you know, edited to hell and back with like computers and junk.
Sometimes a little lie is necessary to keep things moving along. Wouldn't you
Junko
agree?
sounds so dead
That
inside. I
explains
mean,
why she didn't quite
for the
seem
ultimate
same,
despair, I'm not surprised.
Because she was a different person all along.
I'm me. And Mukuro is Mukuro. She tried her best. But there's just no way she could have passed as the ultimate fashionista. Two people can never become one as long as the walls of mind and body exist. Not even if they're twins.
Twins?
Oh my
I
god,
know,
they're twins.
Such a cliche, right? I'm almost embarrassed
related.
to admit it. So basically, Mukuro and I had your stereotypical twin relationship. The older sister, tough and proud. That was Mukuro. The younger sister, smart and cute. That was...
I can't decide if this was intentional or the voice.
Me, Junko fucking Enoshima, and together we
Yeah,
were the
design-
Despair Sisters,
design choice.
aka the ultimate despair.
Oh my
She's
god.
a totally
It's,
different person
um,
now.
It's
Like I
what's
said, I get bored easy as hell.
I now know where what's her face, the villain one of the villains from Borderlands 3 gets her vibe. Dear god. Yeah, they're Monokuma halves. Yeah, no. Oh, what is her name? What is her name? Borderlands 3 villains? Borderlands 3 villains? Yeah, no. Tyrene Calypso and Junko Inoshima would have gotten along swimmingly. They are both obnoxious influencers who are also evil. With the same energy. Oh my god. Oh my god. No, and wait. She's the one who designed him based off the logo for Hope's Peak. I don't know why though. Yeah. Wait, can I... Yo, Google, can you give me like a big picture of Tyrene Calypso, please? Let's see. Is this just the picture? Can I have the ad? Can I, please? Yeah, no. Obviously, they did look nothing alike, but Tyrene Calypso and Junko Enoshima. My god. Junko did it first. Obnoxious influencer who is also evil. I am in pain and suffering for having noticed that. And now y'all are cursed with the knowledge as well. She was probably commissioned by Kirigiri to make a mascot. Not sure why he didn't commission the ultimate artist. Reasons. Like I said, I get bored. Easy.
But if you're twins, why do you have different last names?
One's probably a stage name.
That again? You have any idea how many times people ask me that shit? Maybe it's new to your dumb ass, but it bores me to tears. Answering the same questions over and over? Just make up whatever answer you want. I don't give a shit. The truth's fucking lame anyway.
Oh no.
If she was your twin, that means you killed your own sister?
And for reasons deeper and darker than the ocean. Ha! As if.
Well, I suppose I'd better explain. For my plan to work, someone had to be able to control the killing game from behind the scenes.
I hate everything about
The
this.
so-called mastermind had
She's
to
giving me
operate
whiplash.
Monokuma, keep an eye on everyone, things like that.
Toko and Genocide Jack have different names
But
entirely
after
too.
looking at the situation, I determined it would be impossible
Yeah.
for Mukuro to perform such duties. Because naturally, she turned out to be the letdown of the family.
Oh my god. What Jill's real
Leaving me
name even
behind
is.
to run off and join some band of mercenaries. Such a disappointment. So, I decided to play the role of director and have her join the rest of you in your school life. I could have let her work alongside me, but she would have been useless to me that way. Besides, 15 students seemed like a solid number to start with. Of course, the fact that she was the ultimate soldier posed something of a problem. She had what I call the 3 atrocities. Atrociously rank, atrociously filthy, atrociously repulsive. It was
Good lord.
atrociously clear just how out of touch she was with the rest of society. Meanwhile, my ultimate fashionista status has an undeniable appeal that I didn't want to go to waste.
And that's why you switched identities?
Sadly, her inability to match my personality was even greater than I'd calculated. It was a lost cause.
Ma'am,
She
you
was
can
nothing
barely
more
hold
than a
on to
bit
one.
player, an extra, unworthy of lines.
But yeah, no, like
Being
her.
the utter disappointment that she was,
The scary thing
anyone
is
would
that
have
she's just
expected her to
acting.
get killed off right away. Which is precisely why I killed her. To meet everyone's expectations.
That can't be your only reason,
No.
can it?
No.
Well, no, of course not. I also did it to avoid becoming bored.
I've never been a stickler for following a plan to the letter, you know?
Oh my god,
If I
not
planned
the
everything
woo-woo
out and
version.
knew just what was gonna happen, that'd be so boring. So I changed things just a bit and decided to use Mukuro to make a little point.
In other words, Mukuro's death was a one-sided, premeditated act of betrayal.
Good
just
lord.
as I suspected. When Mukuro was killed, she must have been
Oh
as
no, and
surprised as
Uwu,
anybody
but also
else.
she keeps revealing more and more. Yeah, she does. I'm afraid. Huh? This wasn't supposed to. Why me?
So you figured it out? Well, you're right. There's no way Mukuro could have pulled off such a convincing performance. But she did teach you all a very valuable lesson, don't you think?
How can you talk like that? You sacrificed your own sister. How does that not even bother you?
What? I sacrificed her? That's what's got you so hot under the collar? Jeez, misunderstandings sure are scary. We were the ultimate despair, you know? So we never had any kind of hope or expectations. Nope, I felt despair as long as I can remember. Like I never should have been born at all.
Good lord.
When I was born, I cried tears of total despair. So that's why for us, it's not a big deal whether we die or kill. We're just those kinds of people. We can do anything. We've always been filled with despair. So when we do something, we go all the way and live without regret.
My brain hurts so much.
You murdered your own sister?
The tonal whiplash of Junko Inoshima.
That's not true at all.
Oh my god.
Twins. How could I not be sad?
Why is
That's
she?
why it
Where
gets me
did she
so
get the mushrooms?
excited. Killing my precious sister with my own 2 hands.
Ma'am, where did you get
That
the
act was
mushrooms?
filled with so much despair. You can't help but put a super in front of it. It's like super, 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 super despair. No, more than that. Super, 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 super despair.
Emo Junko?
It
Apparently,
just
yeah.
feels so good.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Everything.
And my sister too.
That is what's
In
wrong
that
with her.
moment of
Everything.
death, I think she must have felt that despair. After all, to be murdered by your own sister, and only as an example to someone else, she must have died feeling such
I mean, the mushrooms are cute, though.
excruciating hopelessness. I'm so jealous of her. Super jealous.
I knew you couldn't be just some ordinary person. You're some kind of abnormality.
Turning your own despair into some kind of fetish. Abnormality doesn't even begin to describe it.
Like, Genocide Jill is crazy for sure, but this is a whole nother level of nuts.
You're saying I don't compare to some lowly beast that can only kill the weak.
Oh
Right.
god. Ooh, taking shots
So
at the
I'm
ultimate
hopelessly
serial killer.
attractive, hopelessly brilliant, hopelessly athletic. I'm the hopelessly perfect ultimate human.
No, I don't think there's anything perfect about anything you just said.
Yeah.
Wow, the
Yeah,
one
there's no
time
more
he actually has
perfect,
empathy for
'cause on
someone
top of
else.
everything else,
And it's
got that
because it's up
noble
against
blood.
someone who, like, just does not
Don't
care.
you mean had that noble blood?
What did you just say? What do you mean by that?
You still haven't figured that part out yet? Man, you guys are so slow! You haven't even solved all the mysteries, and yet here you are, yapping away!
Oh my
Are
god.
you talking about our memories?
You've already solved this mystery, right? I'm the killer! So how about the next one? Maybe you should solve the riddle of your missing
He sounds so
memories.
funny, not
Then
through
we
the
can
Monokuma
start
voice changer.
floating.
Damn straight. That's exactly what we're going to do.
Oh my god.
We're going to solve all these mysteries.
What is going on?
Then we'll have our victory.
Oh my god. Okay, we killed Junko.
Wait!
Alright,
I mean,
well,
if we
let's
get it
just get
right,
straight
she's
to the
going
point.
to execute herself.
What memories did
So
you steal
we
from
don't have
us?
to do it. She'll take care of that for us.
When the group pictures were taken, and those interviews, it must mean... I got it! It must have something to do with our entrance day exams.
No fair! At least give us a hint!
Your brains are like sponges, all drippy and leaky. I already gave you a hint before. All the memories you lost share something in common with a few other things. Do you recall?
The delivery of the line, the memories that were stolen from us and what they must be related to.
I got it.
Yeah, the motives.
You're talking about the motives you provided to try and get us to kill each other, right?
So you do remember after all. Well, I would hope you wouldn't forget something
The ultimate
so
tonal
important.
whiplash. Junko Inoshima.
It was stupid of me to even ask. I apologize from the bottom of my heart for my bad manners. So then, let me ask you another question.
Imagine being this voice
Did
actor,
you
though.
notice that each motive I presented you had a specific theme to it?
Theme?
She's back to the
Yep,
initial, yeah.
You got it. So that's my question to you all.
It seems she rotates
When Sayaka was
from Monokuma
murdered,
to this.
what was the theme of the motive I presented?
The theme for Monokuma gave us the DVDs. On my DVD was footage of my family. On Sayaka's was her and her friends. They had a dream they all shared. So for the first murder, it was human connection.
I got it!
If they ever make a fifth mainline game, I have little hope the finale will top the ending of V3 since the execution there was perfect. Ooh.
Ding, ding, ding. You got it. Remember those DVDs I gave you guys? Each video showed the total destruction of your most important relationships. For example, your family. For example, your friends. I ruined all those relationships and showed you the results. It was to motivate your desire to escape and kickstart your urge to kill. But still, what a cruel thing to do.
You're the one that did it!
Yes, well, I'm perfectly happy to accept your disapproval.
Okay!
Oh my
Time
god.
for the next question!
Yeah. Okay, so she just cycles through them in a
What was
loop.
the theme for the second motive?
For the second murder, the motives theme was that's the envelopes from Monokuma. Yeah, with the secrets. The past?
I got it!
Yeah.
It was our past, right?
Yay! Makoto got it right again! That time, the theme was...
Take off the mask, Junko talk normally. Nah.
Embarrassing memories and
We don't get that until the end, probably.
And the whole reason Mondo did what he did was to protect his secret.
So, how long do you plan on dragging this out?
Relax, relax. Okay, on to the next question. So, what was the motive for the third murder?
The theme for the murder, it was Celeste money, right? Yeah, she wanted to buy a European castle and live there with a bunch of handsome men. So, agreed.
I got it!
Yeah.
It was money, wasn't it? Greed.
Seek and destroy! Hell yeah, you got it again!
He offered us 10 million.
Goddamn straight it was money! Celeste killed Hifumi and Taka for a little personal gain. Her greed led to all kinds of death and destruction.
What's the point of all this? Why are you making us go through this case by case?
Don't worry, sweet cheeks. Just one more to go.
There's a reason she's having us
Can
do
you
this.
tell me the motive behind crazy-ass Sakura's crazy-ass death?
What was it that made Sakura decide to kill herself? It had to do with Monokuma exposing Sakura's secret. So the theme of the motive in that case was betrayal?
I got it!
Yeah.
In her case, it was betrayal.
Precisely. You see,
Yeah, she just cycles through them.
once
Oh,
I
that's wild.
revealed Sakura's betrayal, that led to everything that came afterwards. Anyway, it looks like you answered all of my questions correctly. How painfully delightful.
But what's the point? What meaning is there in asking those questions now?
Relationships? Secrets? Money? Betrayal?
All
These
sources
are
of
all
despair.
pretty standard motives, right?
Yeah.
The most normal of normal. Totally middle of the road.
But of course, those aren't the only motives that
Oh.
exist in this world. In fact, there are as many reasons to kill as there are people on Earth. They compel humans to kill each other, bringing despair to the world. This is what we refer to as the seed
Queenie is
of
back, yeah.
despair.
Seed of despair?
Just as water, air, and food promote growth in living things, the seed of despair also needs nourishment. And that nourishment is hope. Despair can grow only in the presence of hope. Two sides of the same coin, divided by a razor-thin line. Such is hope and despair.
How much longer is this stupid
You know, as
speech of
obnoxious
yours?
as Queenie is, I really dig it.
Weren't we discussing our
Like
missing
as
memories?
just like
Why are you
an
trying to
aesthetic
change the
vibe for
subject?
her. It's interesting.
If you would listen, you would see I'm not changing the subject. We are discussing your memories.
That's why
What
Monokuma
I'm
is
trying
fucking
to
way
say is the seed of despair is closely tied to your own memories.
How so?
You see, by taking away your memories, I gave you hope. Of course, that hope merely existed to be consumed by despair.
How could taking away someone's memories give them hope?
And plus, you haven't given us any hope anyway!
Is that so? All you've been able to think about during your time here is how to escape, right? The mere fact
That's
that
hope.
that's what you want proves I gave you hope.
What are you talking about?
If none of you wanted to escape this school, the killings never would have taken place. That is why we took your memories, so that you would have the desire to leave.
Yeah, because if they had remembered that they had agreed to stay for the rest of their lives, they wouldn't have wanted to leave. By removing that from their memories and everything associated with that from their memories, they'd want to leave because they'd have no reason to stay. And of course, removing, you know, the fact that they're friends from their memories makes it a lot easier to just push them over the edge and get them to kill each other.
The only reason we want to leave
Yep.
is because you took our memories.
Yep.
Is that what you're saying?
So, why do you think that Kirigiri had them
Which
bolt the
means
windows
if
shut?
we
Do you
did
think the
have
world's
our
that bad?
memories, then we wouldn't want to leave.
Depends on if Kirigiri
Do I understand
did
that
it
right?
or if she did it. Shunko did it.
What? Why the hell would having our memories make us not want to leave?
A most troubling thought, isn't it? But it's not enough. I want more distress, more despair. I put so much effort into creating hope in order to feed your despair and make it grow. So, just like Crazy Eddie slashing his prices and passing the savings on to you, let me give you a hint.
Ma'am, what?
Really? Then hurry up and tell us.
Nah, no.
Okie dokie. Like they say,
She has to check what
seeing is
prices Crazy Eddie's got.
believing. I'd like for you to see the outside world.
The outside world?
You mean the world beyond the school walls?
So something really did happen out there.
Now, to be fair, this also
Now
requires
are you
her to not be
interested in
lying.
what I have to say? You want to see what's out there? Hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I want to see too. See your faces sink into despair. Now then, open sesame! Behold, the world beyond the school walls! This is the outside world you've all been so
I know the whole
anxious
chronic
to
despair,
claw your way back into.
Real motive for her is to start several mass murders. Oh, she took over the world. Blew up buildings. Performed riots. Wild. But this is also assuming all of this is true.
Dangerous. The world has grown so very dangerous. That's what this means.
What are you talking about? None of this makes any sense.
Yeah, she's like Tiny Tina mixed with
What am I looking at?
Tyrene.
This is a scene from a movie or something, right?
What you just saw.
It's
all of
really
you should
weird.
recognize it.
It was only supposed to be against the elites, like Hope Speak. It got out of hand, yeah. What about should we recognize? This whole thing is insane.
That world was locked away within the memories that were taken from you. If you can't remember, please just try. Do your best to try and recall.
Better kick your brain in the ass, because it's up to that gray lump whether you live or die. I don't remember ain't a fucking excuse no more, because now it's time for the final class trial.
Oh my god, okay. The worst part of the tragedy is Shunko's motive for starting it, yeah.
Come on, bitches! Remember or die! What the fuck happened outside?
Ma'am.
You want us to remember or whatever, but when it comes to that crazy, confusing video you showed us, I don't understand a damn thing!
What's the meaning of the footage we saw? Is this another one of your practical jokes?
I
Would you
mean,
consider her
you're telling
motive a
us to
spoiler?
remember, but what am I supposed to be remembering?
Probably not. Because we're going to be covering it.
Remember anything?
Oh, wait. Just like Jack can. Probably, maybe. No, it's actually asked.
Actually, she might remember.
Yeah.
Who might remember?
The other
She was
two.
bored. Yeah, that
Genocide
sounds
Jack.
about right. Par for her course.
Two of them share certain kinds of knowledge, but their memories aren't
Nothing
linked,
more. She was
right?
bored. Yeah, that.
See, if
Yeah.
their memories are separate, then even if one personality's forgotten, there's a chance the other may still have those memories.
What do you say, Toko?
Are you telling me to swap places with her?
Yeah.
No!
It's really stupid
absolutely
motive.
not. That'd be like forfeiting my entire identity.
It's a really stupid motive. Yeah. And the worst part of her character. Yeah. It's very lazy to just be like, I was bored. But at the same time, though, it's also very fitting for her character. Because, honestly, she very much feels like the kind of person to do something wildly stupid because she was bored. And given she's the ultimate despair, or, well, one of them, I'm not surprised that she caused a bunch of chaos to make, you know, to sow despair because she was
Toko,
bored.
you're the only one we can rely on now.
Oh,
Dun, 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 dun.
what a timely
It's
sneeze.
me, your friendly neighborhood serial killer.
Man, that's not how this works.
She just gave in like it was nothing.
I'm going to ask you a question, and I want to have it answered immediately.
Oh yeah, no, Byakuya like knows how to
you
like
know
manipulate
anything about
Toko
this
and
video?
Genocide Jack.
Huh? What video?
I actually gave her a reason to be on
The
boredom,
video
yeah.
that's playing
Like I said,
right
it's
now.
lazy, but it's at least fitting for Jinko.
Oh, I'm the mastermind.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Hey, nice to meet you too.
That's enough. Just look at the stupid screen.
Aye, aye, Roger, you got it, Captain.
I wonder how
Well,
close to
does it
9/11
look
imagery they
familiar?
got on that
I don't have all
Monokuma smashing the tower.
details, but of course it does.
Then you remember all the stuff it's showing?
Of course I do.
So you didn't lose your memory after all.
Then why didn't you say something earlier? I only answer questions when someone bothers to ask me. I'm the quiet type, you know. Oh my God, she's the worst
I'm not
liar in the
surprised,
world.
yeah. Do you see
More
why
important,
Ultra
if
Despair
you
Girls
really
is
do remember,
shoot 'em up now?
what
Yes.
is it?
It now suddenly makes a lot of
What's
sense.
the matter, Master? Do you really not remember the tragedy?
The tragedy?
Oh no! You seriously forgot? Maybe I can help you remember with a kiss.
Ma'am,
Answer
no.
the question. What happened out there?
Well, I can't really say if it happened or if it's still happening, but it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
Why is
Something
that
tells me
phrase
that's a
coming
bit
up
of an
now?
Because
exaggeration.
it's all because of that event.
Knew the whole time. Yeah,
It is.
apparently. And just
Are you
didn't say anything
serious?
because
I'm talking about
no
the
one
way
asked.
The world is now.
Now?
The world's been destroyed, get it?
Like I said, I will not defend the overall writing of Danganronpa. The only thing I will defend is like the mystery structure and the pace and like the actual pace at which the investigations and the trials themselves move. Like the logic, the structure, like all of that. That's the only thing I will defend. The overall writing, absolutely not. The tragedy is definitely worse
Explain
than
yourself.
World War II.
Tell
The
us
sheer death tolls
everything
of the
you know.
billions. Okay.
Copy that, darling.
Wow. Okay.
Okay,
Fair.
so this big, awful, tragic event, they started just calling it the tragedy, happened about a year ago. It was so big and so bad that even this murderous fiend went pale at the sight of it.
Good lord.
I guess you could say what happened was man-made. But it was more on the level of a worldwide natural disaster. Either way, there's no doubt that it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. And as a result, in basically no it did, and that's that.
That's all there is to it? Come on! There wasn't a single concrete description in there!
Well, it just so happens I don't know any of the specifics.
Well, how convenient.
Miss Morose saw it all play out in real time, so why don't you ask her?
We already did, and she didn't know anything. That's why we're asking you.
I couldn't live up to Master's expectations! To die! This is the true tragedy!
Okay, that's enough
I
of
wonder
your
if
little
she-
lovers' quarrel.
I wonder if she just quoted Shakespeare. That
Whatever
would be sick.
happened, doesn't matter at this exact point in time, right? The end justifies the means. Everything serves the outcome. In other words, the world has ended. That's the important thing.
How can the world just end? It's the world!
Calm down. It's okay. There's no need to panic. Every living person will be dead in 100 years anyway. So the world ending isn't that big a deal.
Oh, come on. Now you're just being ridiculous.
Well, as long as we're being ridiculous. I have another ridiculous story to tell you. It's the story of the Tagami Corporation, which has given Byakuya's life all its meaning.
What? What did you say?
I'm glad to see you took the bait. You bit into it like a middle-aged secretary at an all-you-can-eat cake buffet.
Oh my god. Even the more other members of Ultimate Despair, besides Mukuro, had an actual reason.
The Togami family.
I wonder which one it is, guys.
Correct. Well done, peasant.
But I didn't say anything yet.
I just got so fucking bored waiting, I couldn't help it.
I wonder which one it was,
Even if
guys.
you're wrong, eventually you'll figure it out, right? Till then, you're just going in circles.
So, no matter what you pick, you get the right answer. Pretty innovative, don't you think?
But do you think it might be a disease? Getting bored so easy, I mean. Do you think I might be sick?
Anyway,
Yes.
like
Yes.
I was saying, Byakuya's entire lineage has been totally annihilated.
What? What the hell are you talking about?
I can confirm that his entire family has died. Even the distant relatives. The Tagami name has perished.
They could
Stop
never
with these
expel
idiotic
Tagami because
jokes.
his family is their financial support.
So, and said
Oh,
with
like for
such
the school?
authority, a peasant would dare challenge us, the avatar of divine punishment. You
Amazing.
must learn your place, peasant. You are no longer the ultimate
Oh.
affluent progeny.
They couldn't possibly be gone. The Togami family is destined to guide the world.
Oh, he is falling for the
There
trap.
is no world anymore, remember? It got fucked a full year ago.
Hold on. That doesn't make any sense.
Huh? I don't make
But this is
sense.
amazing.
There's no way that happened a year ago. I mean, we only came to this school a few weeks ago.
No, that's what your memory is telling you. You've
If
been here
some kind
longer.
of world-ending event happened a year ago, then how do you explain the totally normal world we were living in up till then?
Have you considered the possibility that you're mistaken about that?
Mistaken?
Well, if I'm understanding you right, it sounds like you think the tragedy happened a year before you arrived here.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like he said, we just got here a few weeks ago.
No, you
A
didn't.
few weeks ago?
No, you've been here a
Ooh,
while.
I get it. You're saying that what happened 2 years ago actually happened more recently, right?
Yeah.
2 years ago?
Well, I mean, you guys all started attending Hope's Peak Academy 2 years ago.
Wait, what? 2 years ago? What is that? Yeah.
What the hell is this chick trying to say?
I
You've been
understand
here
why
longer.
You have trouble accepting it, but in the end, you can't deny the truth. And the truth is, everything is cause and effect. Deny that, and you may as well give yourself up to God.
So, you must surely understand all the hints I've given you so far, right? What are the memories I took from you?
Come now,
Your
answer
2
us.
years of the
Answer
school.
with all your heart
Yeah.
and soul.
How are we supposed to answer?
I just don't know what's going on anymore.
Byakuya is a little, he's having a moment. Still, we have no answers. Yeah, if we don't, everything ends here, right? Yeah. The memories that were stolen from us, if what Junko says is true, if we first came here 2 years ago, but the rest of us only remember getting here within the last few weeks, Why did Kirigiri not make junk? Or, yeah.
I got it.
The whole event is entirely.
Accept that what you say is true.
I don't think therapy or antidepressants would help her.
Of the last 2 years after coming to this school.
Nope. Nope. No. Nope. No. I mean, no matter what anyone says.
Another correct answer. Well done, peasant.
Seriously? This routine again?
Yes. We are the ultimate correct peasant.
That's right. You've already spent 2 full years here at Hope's Peak Academy. And that entire period of time is precisely what you've forgotten.
I don't remember the last 2 years of my life.
Lord. He still let her into the school knowing she had no
possible.
hope to begin with, yeah. I want to think that too. I don't want to believe it. But that's nothing but our desire. I don't want to believe. I want it to be impossible, but if it's the truth, then we have to accept it. Oh, yeah.
2 years worth of memories. I could never lose something like that.
We've been living here for 2 years? Hell no! That's impossible! I mean, I haven't gone to any awesome school events or anything! Heck, I've never even gone to a single class!
Yeah,
no, that's wrong.
Yeah, we found your notebook in the locker. You've been to at least
Hero,
one.
There's something I'd like you to take a look at. This notebook right here.
Huh? Hey, why's my name written on it?
I found it in the locker room on the 2nd floor. If you don't mind, could you take a look inside?
Sure, whatever you want. But I've never seen this notebook before in my life.
Is something wrong?
It's his handwriting.
It's kinda similar. No, even more than that. This is absolutely my handwriting, without a doubt! But how is this? I don't
The other two
remember
games
ever
have the other
writing in
students
this
counter
thing.
your arguments too, which makes the trials more interesting.
No.
Ah, fascinating.
No way!
It looks like you actually.
Yeah, because in
did
this case
attend
we're
class
mostly
in the
fighting
Hope's
Junko.
Peak. But somehow,
And not each
forgot
other.
all about it.
Lies! It's all one big lie!
I don't want to believe it either. But there's also no explanation for this pocketbook.
And whose pocketbook is that?
It's
Hers.
mine. And the handwriting inside is also mine. There's no doubt about it. But just like Hiro, I have no memory of ever writing in it.
And the reason for that is the 2 years of missing memories?
After seeing all the evidence, do you have any choice but to acknowledge the truth?
Isn't it just so desperately dark? The mystery's solved, but it's like a goddamn funeral in here! Shit, man! I've never been to a funeral! Hell yes!
Good lord.
2 years of school life. How many moments of blossoming youth have you missed out on? How many fun classes? How many school events? This was your chance to build lasting friendships, right? And on top of that,
I remember
something
shockingly
tragically
little
sad
about
happened 1
Lawford
year
2.
ago.
Honestly, fair.
The
From what I
biggest,
hear,
most awful,
V3 was
most
probably
tragic
the best
event
one.
in human history. Right before everyone's eyes, the world came crashing down. You absorbed all that despair, but then you forgot it all. And once you'd forgotten, you made the choice to subject yourselves to this killing game. Oh, and there's one other thing. To be even more precise, the memories you all lost were...
Actually, never mind. I'm bored. Explaining stuff is boring.
What?
We are bored of this world. Everyone always talks big, declaring all the great things they'll do. But then they always fizzle out. This world is just so desperately fucking boring!
What are you talking about?
In a way, I'm jealous of all of you. To give yourself over so completely to such stimulating despair.
What's worse about the tragedy is it wasn't even the tragedy of Hope's Peak High that caused it. Oh god.
Expositioning all this shit!
Have you considered, like, not doing that then?
What?
Figure out where your memories come apart. That's at the heart of all of this.
Our memories come apart. Is she talking about the moment where we must have lost our memories? I can only think of one time. Just after I set foot in the main hall. When I fainted.
I got it!
Yeah.
The moment I lost my memories, I can't think of any time other than that day.
Whee!
When I first came to the gates of this school and stepped foot in the main hall.
Was
When I
presumably
passed
after a
out,
summer break.
I was overcome with a strange sensation.
Wow, you still have enough spirit to keep on talking, huh? So I don't know much about the details, but it seems like everyone remembers passing out, right?
What do you mean you don't know the
Your
details?
sense of time got all messed up because of the memory loss after that? I guess it must have been something like that.
After I passed out,
These are all
I
just
woke up in
Junko.
a classroom,
Like,
with my head
being
on
an
a
actor.
desk.
Come on, you remember.
I assumed not much time had passed since I'd collapsed in the main hall.
But instead, 2 whole years had gone by.
The reason
World
it
was
felt
screwed
so
long
short
before it
was
happened.
because
Yeah.
our memories of the time in between had been completely removed.
You got it, honey. 2 years of memories? Poof! Gone! Which means, of course...
When everyone met for the first time, it wasn't actually for the first time. Unaware of this fact, you took the time to introduce yourselves to each other, but
But by that point, we'd already spent 2 years together at the school. That's what those photos reveal, isn't it?
Yep, that's what they reveal. You were all such close friends. You spent 2 years together, and then you started killing each other. And it was all so you could escape into a world that's already been annihilated.
Oh,
What a
imagine,
terribly
yeah.
tragic tale.
You kill, you get
If
away
you
with
left
murder,
now,
you get out
there's
into the
nothing you can do
into
to
that.
fix it.
You're the one who set things up to be like this.
I love you all so much.
What?
Once your school life here began, I thought about you constantly. It's only natural that I would fall in love.
So, since I love you guys so much, I'll tell you all about it. All about the idea
The reason
we
why
came up with as
Mukuro
the
has a different name is
ultimate
probably that her
despair.
parents wanted nothing
Our
to do with
plan to bring
Junko.
despair to
Yeah.
all mankind.
The ultimate despair, all mankind.
Let's go back in time 2 years, okay? Back to when everyone first came to this school.
We love an exposition
School
dump.
life during that first year overflowed with hope and happiness. Oh boy, it was just the worst. Everyone was enjoying themselves so much. You were all having the time of your lives.
But that couldn't last forever, of course. The peacefulness only made it through that first year. Because after that, an event unfolded that hammered a soul-crushing despair into all of humanity. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy. All too soon, the world's days of peace came to a bloody end. And as you can imagine, the school was no exception. The tragedy even made its way here, leading to the extermination of most of the students.
What?
These are the survivors of the Hope's Peak tragedy.
What do you mean?
The most tragic event in human history. And the ultimate despair that caused it. I can't believe it's all because of just you and Mukuro. Was it some kind of organization? An angry mob? An incredibly motivated family?
You have a point. If I had to describe it, I'd say it was none of those. How can I put it? It was more of an ideological thing. Despair is contagious, you know? It's almost like a natural phenomenon. Everyone is capable of it, and now the entire world has fallen into despair.
In other words, if you see despair as the enemy, then your enemy is the world itself.
I just
Wow.
don't understand why.
We didn't ask you to try to understand. This was a tangent anyway, unrelated to the matter at hand.
Okay, so let's get back to the story.
Okay.
Hope's Peak had
I'm surprised
taken so
governments
much
didn't
damage.
nuke each other during this.
You guys were
Yeah,
the only
I'm actually impressed.
survivors. The members of the 78th class of Hope's Peak Academy were the only ones left.
And then, something super neat happened. Now pay attention, because this is important, and I'm only gonna say it once. So guess what? To protect everyone who had survived, Hope's Peak was transformed into a shelter.
Okay.
That's right.
So
it was transformed
Headmaster
into a
Kirigiri did
shelter.
actually cover up everything.
I said it twice.
Now, someone was responsible for that transformation, for creating what would eventually become your prison. Do any of you know who that might have been?
Yeah. Headmaster Kirigiri, yeah.
I got it! Could only have been the headmaster of
I like
Hope
how this
Peak
is basically
Academy.
just an exposition dump that we
He
every
wanted
once in a
to
while
turn the
just
school into a
toss
shelter to
an
try
answer
and
in.
protect us. To protect us from the despair and tragedy taking place outside.
This is why it takes so long.
That's why
Junko
he asked us to
insists
make
on
that
talking
promise.
to herself. Kyoko probably doesn't even
Say that we were willing to live in this school forever.
resent Junko for killing her father. Probably not.
We believe he had something
actually,
like
you
that
know
in
what, maybe.
mind, yes. If you, the collective hope of a new generation, could survive, maybe the world could have a fresh start.
Yeah, the headmaster put that much faith in you.
And because we had that same hope,
They all agreed to stay.
that's why we all agreed to live here forever.
But creating the shelter was also his single biggest mistake.
Because it trapped her in with everyone else.
It's laughable, really. He was the headmaster, but he had no idea. He had no idea that we, the ultimate despair, had already made our way into the school.
Oh, she
So
probably
what
told-
was supposed to be a shelter to keep you safe became a cage that made it impossible for you to escape despair.
She probably entered the school as the ultimate fashionista. That's how she got in.
I have to say, it really helped me out a lot. It saved me a ton of time.
By the way, it was you yourselves who blocked off the windows, the doors, all the exits. Under the headmaster's direction, you all went about your work like obedient little sheep.
You mean we trapped ourselves in here?
And then you forgot all about it and started bitching about how you were trapped in here.
Yeah,
Once you
Well, it's
finished
not their fault
building
they
your
forgot.
little shelter, it was time for me and Mukuro to get to work. And thus began the killing game.
Me and Mukuro had come here, spending the last 2 years waiting for that moment.
That moment where you all began killing each other served as the climax of our global despair plan.
And the only reason you survived the tragedy was so that you could be a part of it.
Only let us live, so we could go around killing each other? Is that what you're saying?
Good lord.
Why? Why would you do that?
Because it increases the despair.
This was
yeah.
so much more than a simple high school death match. Rather, it was a method to hunt down and destroy every last remaining speck of hope in the world.
What are you saying?
Well, it would seem that there's a little bit left out there. A few souls unwilling to give up hope. So I thought I should show them, which is why
Well,
Yeah, which is why she decided to broadcast it. Hangman, thank you. Give me something other than a multiple choice question. What? Oh. Hijack. Okay. Give me the eye. Thank you. I'm like, what is... Their plan
Now I
failed because...
understand.
because obviously they did. Yeah. Humans
You're
are stubborn.
talking about you hijacking the airwaves.
Yeah,
aren't you?
humans are too stubborn.
Uh-huh.
And they didn't account for that.
that's exactly what I'm talking about. To show the world the murders taking place at this school.
Yeah, which is why,
was
like...
meant to be a symbol of hope.
Which is why Makoto hasn't given up. That's why...
That was the
Like,
whole
everyone
point
else
of
has
the
their reasons, but
ultimate
Makoto
despair.
is like,
When
no, I
said
believe in my
climax,
friends.
That was what I was
I refuse.
talking about. The world watched as you fell into despair and began to kill each other one after another.
Yeah, but you kind of
Despair
push
is
them
as
to it.
contagious
It's the
as any
thing.
disease. any hope left turns to despair.
Isn't the power of television just amazing? By the way, since we started broadcasting, a whole bunch of people have tried to come and rescue you.
Are you serious?
But utilizing the heavy weaponry I installed around the school grounds, I had no problem expelling them.
Expelled them?
I have to thank you all. They were a relentless bunch, refusing to give up on hope and trying to force their beliefs on the world. But in the end, I was able to give them the final despair. Death.
So you just
Lord.
used us? To bring despair to everyone in the outside world?
Well, sure, but I also gave you a second chance at life, right? So it's like, give and take.
Give and take? You're so full of shit!
And there's
Yes,
a reason
Makoto,
I
you're
chose
allowed to
you
swear.
guys to
It's okay.
survive when all the other students were dropping like flies. I mean, we built up 2 years of memories together. You were all my treasured classmates.
Sorry, that's a lie. I just figured you'd despair even more when you found out a friend had betrayed you.
And that's the truth, which is what you wanted, right? So, does it make you feel utterly lost and hopeless? You solved the mystery, but despair at the truth, right?
Don't tell me. Did you seriously count on the possibility that we would solve your mystery?
And if we did, then what? Our final desire for creating this world of despair was so we could experience one last class trial. If you were bold enough to solve the mystery, only to discover that the truth was utterly hopeless, how would you react? What would you do?
See? Discovering the truth doesn't necessarily lead to a sense of hope.
Truth can be full of despair, too. Like right fucking now.
Truth full of despair. That's
Not to mention, all those motives I talked about were totally meaningless. I mean, with the world having ended and all.
Meaningless? Then we've been murdering each other for nothing?
yeah,
And
basically.
think about it. You chose to lock yourselves up here, then started murdering each other to get out.
We weren't just random strangers either. We were classmates. We'd spent 2 years
She's like
together.
properly horrified. Kuya's like,
No,
good lord.
even I can't laugh at that.
You
get it.
almost did though.
We get it, okay? You're totally awesome, right? We get it already! So help us! I'll do anything! Just help me!
A peasant begging for his life? Oh, how delightful! We've never witnessed such a travesty firsthand.
Good
Well,
lord.
I'm sorry to say, begging doesn't work on me. All I want is despair, and there's no reason for it. And since there's no reason, there's no argument against it. There's just
Yeah,
no
she doesn't have a
understanding
reason.
it.
She just wants despair. That's
No
all she
argument,
wants.
No understanding. What better definition of ultimate despair could there be?
Hi, Meeple. What do you call?
Wait, hold on.
Oh,
You've just been going
sorry.
on about
Oh my
whatever
God.
you feel like.
I'm good. How are you?
But there's no
No
real
reason.
reason for us to believe anything you have to say.
The thing about motives in death games is
You
they are
say the
inherently
world's
useless.
falling
Yeah,
apart, but I haven't seen it for myself.
because ultimately
So I don't
the murders
acknowledge
are
it.
manufactured.
I don't accept it as the truth.
People are pushed to do
Until
things
you
they
see
wouldn't
it with
normally.
your own eyes.
Like they all inherently wanted to work together. They all inherently wanted to like team up. Like obviously some of them, you know, wanted to lone wolf it, but ultimately they didn't want to murder each other. Right? It wasn't until they were pushed over whatever their particular line in the sand was that they actually, you know, went along with the game. Right? So the motive doesn't mean anything when it's all manufactured. It's all been forced. The why doesn't matter. Just that it happens.
In other words, you're not unlike Schrodinger's cat right now. Is that what you're saying? If so, what then?
Are you saying you won't accept the truth until you can go outside and see for yourself? Well, you better not. You go out into that world and you're all gunners for sure. Trust
Or at
me,
least open
I'm
a
not
window.
lying about
Well,
any
the
of
problem
this.
is that
Well,
those two probably
even
would
if
have
it's all
made,
true,
you know,
I refuse
screens
to give in.
as
I
windows.
refuse to lose to you. For the sake of everyone you've killed.
Huh?
Makoto,
Everyone
ultimate
I killed?
hope. Let's
What
go.
are you talking about?
Nope.
You're the ones who killed them.
Nope.
I didn't kill anyone. I simply gave you a little nudge in the right direction.
It's still your
That's
fault,
all
though.
it took for you to start killing each other. You're nothing but bloodthirsty animals.
That's why anyone was murdered here, peasant.
Wow, congrats, Starlight.
Say what you want about hope, but we're all creatures of instinct, right? Despair comes naturally.
Well, yes, but we all trend toward hope
Hell yes!
naturally.
That's funny as shit.
We
No,
can despair, but
This
we
isn't just some
default
game
to
to
hope.
us. It's murder. Plain and simple. You stole our memories. Invented reasons for us to do it. You pushed us all into a corner.
Yes, see, Makoto
It's
just...
all your fault.
Yep, Makoto's got it.
You certainly have a talent for passing the buck, don't you? That must be your hope, huh? But we don't have much time left to keep up this banter. We have to draw things to a close soon.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about the vote, of course. You didn't forget about that little rule, did you? Oh, and also, since this will be the last vote, I decided to change the rules.
You're not allowed to vote for her,
What?
huh?
You guys so full of hope, and me so full of despair. I've decided to have you vote which one will be punished. If even one of you votes to punish hope, well then, I'll consider that a win for me and punish everyone on the side of hope.
Even if it's just one person?
Oh, but don't worry. I won't be voting, of course.
Even if you don't, you've still got the upper hand in all this.
It's okay. Nobody would actually vote to kill themselves, right?
Oh, let me just mention one more thing. When I win to punish you guys, you'll have to stay here till you grow old and die. No fighting, no killing. That's your punishment.
Yeah, it's very shocking Hina didn't manage to get everyone
we
killed
just-
earlier.
We'd have
Now,
live.
that might change here.
Just wait to let us live.
If you're not happy with that, then go ahead and punish me. And make your way to the outside world.
Enter a world fallen from grace, where only despair exists, where you'd likely be dead within a day.
What are you saying? So no matter what, we're doomed.
Yep.
Wait a sec. I just got hit with an inspiration bomb.
Oh, shut up, please.
Dying of old age is boring as shit, right? The audience at home isn't gonna dig that at all. So, here's what'll happen. One of you will get to experience an instant, super impressive punishment.
Only one?
You can't just...
Do you mean to say you'll execute one of us?
At random?
And
Seemingly?
I get to decide who's gonna have to suck it down. Makoto, you're up.
Me? Yeah, you've been acting up, causing all kinds of trouble. I hate you!
So let me make this clear. Everyone has two choices in front of them.
The funny thing is, the punishment against hope is
If a
actually the
single person
preferable
votes
option,
for
yeah.
Hope to be punished, then only Makoto will receive a harsh punishment, and the rest of you will live here in peace.
If, on the other hand, you desire to see us punished, then you must all leave this place.
I will force you out, ensuring you all die horrible deaths in the outside world.
What I'm saying is, if you sacrifice Makoto, the rest of you will get to live out your lives.
Sacrifice me. But that's...
What? Has your resolve softened? Have you lost confidence? Are you afraid of being punished? Don't you have faith in your friends?
No, that's not it.
It's okay. You're right to be afraid. It would seem all of those around you have realized the futility of going against me.
Guys?
It's so beautiful. Your lovely faces, eroded by despair, have come together as one.
Oh, no.
Besides, Yoko, you could never betray your father, could you?
What?
I mean, the headmaster's only wish was that all of you would survive.
I mean, not preferable to
right?
Makoto, but to the
That's
rest of
why
the
he
world,
tried
yeah.
to trap you all here after all.
Yeah, poor Makoto. It was
The
more
least you
preferable
can do
before
is try
Makoto was
to
up on the
honor
chopping
your
block
dead
for it.
father's wishes.
Kyoko,
Wait, she
One
doesn't care
person's
about her
despair
father,
is
so
enough
this
to
is
seal
fine.
your fate. Isn't that just the most hopeless outcome ever?
In the grand calculus of the universe, a sacrifice is worth infinitely more than his life. That's unfortunate.
Despair is gonna sign your death warrant.
No one. Nobody's gonna give in to despair! We're not gonna lose to you!
So boring. Stubborn till the very end, huh?
Oh, she dropped it.
That's fine. Then let's just hurry up and get it over with.
Here's the true June. Here she
It's time
is.
for the final vote. Everything will come to an end. Your stupid hope. And your stupid life.
The final vote. This is it, the ultimate confrontation. I have to show everyone, I have to make them remember. I have to convince them not to give up. To live in despair, that's not really living at all.
We
Oh
won't
my god,
give
it's so
up.
long.
As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
Weirdest
I
part
were
of
to
2's
die,
final execution is the animated. Oh
That would be
no.
the end of Hope's Peak Academy. By the way, the air outside is totally polluted, you know. The only reason we're okay in here is thanks to the air purifiers in the physics lab. If I die, the purifiers will screech to a halt. In other words, as soon as I die,
You're
the
forced
communal
out.
life you've all been living will come to an end.
She doesn't care.
All of you will have to leave. You'll have to go into the world outside, where only death and despair are waiting.
Yeah.
So, what are you gonna do? Will you just die? Is that what you want?
There is no hope left in the world. When you sleep, it's on a bed of despair. The world is in despair. You are in despair. If I don't do something, everyone's going to be consumed by despair. Oh! You claim there's no hope left in the world, but if despair is contagious like you say, then so is hope. I'll use my own hope to plant seeds of hope inside everyone else. Wait,
We
what?
won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die, that would be the
What?
end of Hope's Peak Academy.
Wait. I don't think it matters which one you count. Okay, so long as I counter someone.
Shoot!
There has to be something I can say to persuade everyone.
We won't give up.
Oh.
As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die,
I want to try something. It's saying to steal hope. Yeah.
Don't lose hope now.
Yeah. I figured it out right before you said it.
Senses are telling me not to leave this place.
Come on.
But to live means moving forward, right? So even if
Yeah.
it's hard,
Even if we're scared.
we don't have any choice, do
Yep.
we?
Even if it's hard, even if we're
I
scared.
want to keep
We have
on
to.
living. I want to open the next door. There must be something new waiting for me. So that's why. That's why. No matter what, I need to get out of here. The whole fortune-telling thing doesn't matter anymore. What matters is my own gut feelings.
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
Oh, this is
if
sick.
I were to die, that would be the end.
I decided to have faith in my...
By the way, the air outside is the only reason is thanks to the air
Don't lose
Oh, we
hope
have to do
now.
this for everyone. Oh, this is cool. Oh, this is cool.
I've been thinking about all this, and I was thinking, at a time like this, what would Sakura do? You only get stronger by taking adversity by the horns. Confront that thorny path with enthusiasm.
There we go. Look at
That
them all.
sounds like something she'd say, right?
Their arms.
I think that's definitely what she'd say, which is why Yeah! I've made up my mind!
Yes,
We
good.
won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die, that would be the end.
This is why I'm saying he's not the ultimate lucky student.
Whatever you want. If I die,
He
in other words,
is he's the ultimate hope.
Don't lose hope now.
There we go. Look at us go. Ma'am, you will not be able to keep murdering unless you leave.
More interesting. Actually, I may not look like it, but I always hated school. Hell, no matter how I look, still hate it. Oh, but no matter what, Master has to come along with us.
We won't give up.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die, that would be the end. By the way, the only reason is thanks to the air. Say whatever you want if I die. In other words, the communal life you've all. I can keep on living! All of you will have to leave. You'll have to go into the world outside.
There's another person, right? Yeah, there he is.
Don't lose hope now.
Because I think the only one who doesn't have anything to say is Kyoko.
What's the matter? You're not actually trying to encourage me, are you?
Yeah, we are.
Ridiculous. It never even crossed my mind that I might give in to despair. But don't misunderstand me. I couldn't care in the slightest what happens to you.
Right.
I just have to keep my word. I swore I would end the life of the mastermind. Besides, the Togami family isn't dead, because I'm still alive.
That is how this works.
I can restore the Togami family and bring it greater glory than it's ever known.
We won't give up. As long as
Wait,
there's
who's left?
We'll never give up.
Because
if I were to die, that would be the end. By the way,
no, because we've gone through everyone except for Kyoko, but Kyoko doesn't have anything to say. Or maybe she does now.
The communal life you've all. I can keep on living. All of you will have to go into the world outside.
I already said I would claim the mess.
So, what are you gonna do? Will you just die?
Yes! Hey, she finally has something to say. Hey, let's go. She has to marry Toko for that to happen. I hope he knows this. Oh no.
I didn't really know my father, so I can't pretend to know what he was thinking. But even if we're just connected by blood, there's one thing I am sure of.
I hate his guts.
He would never want us to abandon Makoto and choose to stay here. I can't explain why exactly. But if I'm sure of anything, just because we don't actually know anything, does that mean we can't understand? Could it be that... No, never mind. So, Makoto, I don't think you wound up at this school because you had good luck or bad luck. I think you came here for a different reason entirely. You came here to bring down the ultimate despair. You came here to confront despair without ever giving up. And if that's true, I think we could call you the ultimate hope.
Hey!
What do you think?
Bam.
What the hell are you?
Your worst nightmare.
So uncool. Your stupid faces, the stupid things you've said, the stupid
Let's
way
be
you
real.
all treat each other.
Jill would probably kill him or another girl if he even looked at another girl. Yeah. Yeah, actually true. Oh, she big mad. I'm not any kind of leader, anything. Hope isn't a talent you develop, but still. But I still... Yes, good. Oh, we have to... Oh, she's gonna play... How much you want to bet she's gonna play dirty?
You suck. What do you want? So uncool. You dare to stand against us? Hope is a joke. Who are you?
Your mercy ends here.
You're gross. Suffer from despair.
I just love despair.
You suck. What do you want? So uncool.
You're unbearable.
I hate everything.
Hope is a joke. Who are you?
Would you like to die?
You're gross. Suffer from despair. Everything is pointless. Suffer from despair.
I just love despair.
Everything is pointless.
No.
Yeah, we're gonna lose it. Yeah. I hate that so much. Nobody believes me. Please restart it from that phase. Yes, I want to give it another shot, please. I hate when it covers the beats like that, because I am terror bad, at figuring out where the beat in this song is.
You suck! What do you want? So uncool! You dare to stand against us?
Hope is a joke. Who are you?
Your idiocy ends here.
You're gross. Suffer from despair. I just love despair. You suck. What do you want? So uncool. You're unbearable. Hope is a joke. Who are you?
Would you like to die?
You're gross. Suffer from despair.
Everything is pointless!
There we go. Thank you.
Despair into tomorrow.
Hope keeps on
How
going.
about we don't? My memory that he wasn't the ultimate hope is flawed. I guess he is important. Yeah.
I refuse to give up. I refuse to get bored.
He is very
I
important.
refuse to throw it all away.
But yeah, no, I hate that rhythm game to
refuse
pieces.
despair. Because all I have going for me
Like
is
the
the
speed.
desire to keep moving forward.
What's going on?
What's happening?
Hope wins, nerd. Get absolutely dunked. We're not gonna have an A rank on that last segment. Not that it really matters. It just not get any better in 2 and 3. No! I cry. The rhythm game. Man, cause it's hard enough
looks
as
like
it
we've
is.
reached
They
the
don't
end.
have to
I
hide the
think it may
beat.
be time to vote.
We just gotta pull the lever, right?
Good. I'm ready to go.
Let's put an end to these
Cause
trials.
the
with our
speed up
own
and the speed,
hands.
like the speed changes are hard enough, especially since you're also trying to like dictate, you know, what you're actually doing. And you have like 3 different actions that you're also doing on top of all the speed changes. That can happen basically whatever, because there doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason for how good your combo has to be
The hell?
to get it to speed up.
Indeed.
It does not need to hide the notes on top of that as well.
What?
No way.
That's just...
It can't be. You still don't accept it? Even the ultimate despair herself is vulnerable to the onslaught of despair, it would seem.
What the heck?
But there's no use trying to fight it now.
Well, that's just... totally the best!
Oh no.
So this is despair.
We came to the school 2 years ago, created our incredibly detailed plan. I even killed my own sister for it.
And now I...
To come this far and fail at the very end?
True despair.
It's the most ultimate despair. What are you talking about?
And now I...
Don't you see? I was so hopelessly desperate. I was bored of the world the moment I was born. That's why I've been looking forward to this so desperately, this once-in-a-lifetime experience. It is my first and last colossal despair here at the moment of death. To have the chance to taste of the highest grade despair, the ultimate failure of my dreams.
True despair.
I am so hopelessly happy right now.
Huh?
Wait, is she enjoying this?
Anyway,
So are you prepared to admit defeat? Yeah. I mean, she's been out for a while. Like, she's been real Junko since right before the rhythm game. Either way, it doesn't change a thing.
Totally
Outside is only despair, inside is only despair. No matter where you go, despair awaits you. That's not true.
Not possible.
You're wrong. Huh?
Don't make me
Let me
repeat
tell you this
myself.
right now. We no longer fear despair.
Okay.
Because we've decided to enter the world, the outside world with hope. Yeah, Makoto totally seduced us over to his side. Oh my god, what words? Everyone.
Hey.
You said that despair is as contagious as any disease.
However,
But the same is true of hope. All you have to do is look to us to see that, to see how true that is. Kyoko. Ah, stop it! Stop! I hate those faces you're making. To see those awful looks causes me nothing but pain.
There's one last
Fine.
thing.
Let me say just one last thing. If you guys want to get all hung up on the word hope, that's no skin off my nose. But just be warned, from this point on, one despair after another will stand in your way. No matter where you run, no matter where you hide. Maybe you'll find some hope, but there is a very fine line dividing that hope from bitter despair. Knowing that, you still plan to cling to your hope? Of course, because we...
It's fine.
Shut up, shut up. That was a rhetorical question. You interrupted my monologue. I'm almost done though, so whatever. Because it is almost punishment time, right?
it can't be.
Do you really intend to go through with this? That was the agreement, right? Hold on. It's not like I want you to die. You don't have to.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
What?
How many times do I have to tell you?
The act of living brings me no hope at all. All I want now is to taste the despair of death that you only get once in life. So
Don't get in my way.
good lord. Oh, she. Oh, she. Oh no, Junko.
So this is how the despair
Ma'am?
of death feels. It's so wonderful. Even a tenth of this despair, even 100th. I want every last soul on this planet to taste such despair. I want the entire world to die with that despair in its mouth. Okay, let's do this. I've reserved an extra special punishment for last.
How did she survive 20 years of this?
Let's give it everything we've got.
I mean, she's a
It's
teenager, right? She's in high school. And arguably she didn't. Congratulations! Junko has been found guilty. Time for the punishment. As she walks off with Monokuma. Beautiful. She's like, hey! Oh my god, is it all of them mixed together? The ultimate punishment. The 1,000 blows. Oh, she's just going to experience all of them. The Cage of Death. The burning of Versailles, of the Versailles Witch. Including the truck excavator destroyer. Blast off. Oh, she got the rocket ship one too. Oh, that's sick. After school lesson. Okay. Oh, the crown has a little bunny on it now. Oh, it made her despair one last little bit. I consider that, yeah. The other two final, yeah. No, honestly, that was very boring. I mean, if it's fitting that she tasted everyone else's despair, but like, it's still very boring. An emergency override? For what? To be fair, Jez, that's also what happens to Kyoko in the bad ending. You just get to see it in full color for Junko. The ultimate despair. Life at Hope's Peak Academy, it was all over. The ultimate pain. The chapter is over! Let's go. Yeah, and it almost took 3 hours. We get the Monokuma hair tie present. Beautiful. Do you want to save? Yes. But even after saying it was all over, it's not like the building exploded or collapsed in on itself or anything. That wasn't the kind of ending waiting for us. Nothing changed. Well, with one exception. It would have been interesting if they gave her a full 10-minute execution. That would have been sick. Just 100% original. 10 minutes goes on forever. Makes her like build up the despair of it like never actually happening. And then at the very last minute, gone. The air purifiers turned off. Just like Junko said. They shut off immediately. That was the only difference. And it's the epilogue. We left the courtroom and made our way to the main hall. We stood in front of the door, nobody made a sound. I felt almost absent-minded. This was our epilogue before the final ending. We were stuck here in limbo, unmoving, unsure. But, in the end...
Hey.
We can't just stand around like this forever. At some point, we need to leave. To nobody's surprise, it was Kyoko who broke the silence.
Makoto.
Would you do the honors? Okay. As if awakened by Kyoko's words, I took out the object we'd gotten. Up until the moment of her death, it had belonged to Junko. And in the end, she dropped it before us.
So,
But is that really it? Is that really the key to this door?
Indeed.
You don't have to read into what she said too much to find the answer.
If, on the other hand, you desire to see us punished, then you must all leave this place.
I will force you out. ensuring you all die horrible deaths in the outside world.
In other words,
I will force you out. She said that just before dropping that. It makes sense that it would be our way out of here.
But
you never know. Maybe it's actually a switch that's going to make the school self-destruct. Why would Kirigiri keep all the poisons in the school? I got the other weapons they actually have a use, but why the poisons? Chemistry lessons. Like, I'm assuming, like, the only thing out of place in that lab was actually all of, like, the nutritional supplements and the protein powders. Everything else in there was probably for chem classes. Or, like, dealing with pests. Like, rats.
it's true.
You may be right about that. Maybe.
Yes.
But even so, it's impossible to think we wouldn't take our chances with it. Yeah, I guess that's true. There's nothing to worry about. If something ever happened to Master, I'd take my scissors. Oh my god. Thank you. Hey, where's the mastermind? One of the best ways to make antidotes is to look at the poisons themselves. Yeah, that too. Because if you know what you're counteracting, you can treat it more effectively. It's all over. We're just about to leave the school. What? Leave? We can go outside? Then that means the master can get married. Aw. You know what? No.
That's enough.
Absolutely not. That would be a greater horror than anything I've encountered so far. Agreed. Actually agreed.
Anyway,
Anyway, don't worry. I have no doubt that we'll be able to leave here without a problem.
But
It's what happens after we get out that I'm worried about. But, you know, in the end, I think part of me still thinks maybe when we get out there, we'll see that everything she said about the world was a lie. That on the other side of the store is a world as peaceful as we remember. A lie, peaceful as we remember. Well, no matter what it looks like, it's still our world. It's where we're meant to live. Yeah, I guess so. And how do I put this? Unlike the school, the world is really big, right? Since it's so big, I'm sure there must be some despair no matter what. But there also has to be lots of hope, right?
in other words,
The act of searching for hope to try and find it, that by itself is the true meaning of hope. As long as you have that hope, you can keep moving forward no matter what trouble you may fall into.
am I wrong?
Is that what you mean, Makoto? Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. I don't need any of you to spell that out for me. You know, Junko mentioned that there were still others out there who hadn't cast away hope just yet. Maybe I should find them and make them work for me. To rebuild the world, we must first rebuild the Tagami dynasty. I'll go with you. I'll follow you anywhere you want to go. Absolutely not. Well, my first stop is going to be the closest donut shop. I can figure out the rest from there.
Hey.
And what are you going to do if there are no more donut shops or donuts?
Okay.
I'll just get some flour and make some myself. And if there's no flour, I'll just grow some wheat. You know what? Solid plan. I get it now. If there's no road, you just gotta build one. Creation fate is telling me to remake the world.
Could it be?
That's my hope.
How about that?
I've reached the next stage. The next chapter of Yashihiro Hakakiri's life story is about to begin.
Whoa!
Thanks, Hina. You've totally opened my eyes. Aw. What? That actually wasn't that creepy, Hina. That was actually really normal.
Makoto.
Like, I get you don't maybe catch metaphors, but like that was actually pretty normal. Come on, Makoto. Even if everyone in the outside world is gone, even if the world is steeped in despair, as long as I have people like you around, I can face forward and keep moving. Oh, I'm wondering if he hugged her. Oh yeah, actually, you know what? If he went in for a hug, that might have, that would have been weird because he's far older than all of them, because they're all teenagers and he's like 21. If we can get out there and do something, have some sort of impact. But what can we do? There's so few of us and we're so small. What can we do? I've been trying to leave Rome for a few years now, but all of their roads have this weird architectural problem. Oh no. No, we can probably do anything. Yeah, we can do anything. Yeah.
Well, I guess this is goodbye. And goodbye to Sakura.
Wait, do we have blood on our hood? We're like the only one with blood on us.
But hey,
what on earth is
we
that?
gotta say goodbye. We may as well do it with a smile.
Actually, you know what? Maybe it's the hoodie pattern. Maybe it's just the hoodie pattern. They're all at least 18 or 20 considering the 2-year gap. No, they'd be juniors. Because they started at Hope's Peak 2 years ago. So they're like 16, like at most. Except for Hiro, who would be like 21 to 23-ish.
Hey guys, You guys want your fortunes told anywhere, anytime. You just let me know. I'll be there.
Like, yeah, at most 17, but 17 is when you're usually graduating high school.
You know how much I hate being annoyed.
17,
but if something does
maybe
come
18.
up, you may as well let me know.
And they should be juniors.
I can't guarantee I'll actually bother listening, but, you know.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's like 17 for sure. But
I don't know why, but I have a burning desire to start writing. I might be able to pull it off. A story about Master and me, and the others, I guess.
18 is the average graduate. Yeah.
I can't say I'm sorry about what happened, but still, it does feel kind of strange.
Yeah, because, like, I at least didn't turn 21 until I was, like, until right after my, like, my college. No. So, I turned 21 between the last day of classes and my graduation. from my undergrad. Because for whatever reason, the graduation was set a bit later. You don't know if they got held back at any point. The only one that we know for sure got held back was Hero.
I really don't know what to say.
But they also said that they all started at the school 2 years ago. So, it's weird.
I guess we graduated?
Well, the bigger point is that we don't know the time frame on which the killing game took place. Between 17 and 19. Yeah. Well, 17 and 21. Because we know for sure Hero is old enough to drink. Now, granted, it could be drinking age in Japan, which could be lower. But if it was localized, if that specific bit was localized to the US, then he would be 21-ish. Although, actually, you know what? Actually, if the drinking age is 18-ish in Japan, that actually, yeah. Actually, you know what? What's the drinking age in Japan? Since I have hope, I can move ahead. And the world can move ahead. Yeah. The door began to open. With our hands, hope and despair mingled together, opening the door to the future. Oh, it's 20? Okay. So Hero is probably 20, yeah. So he's probably been held back a few times. Actually, no, he can't have been held back a few times. Unless he's currently a freshman. What's outside? I need to see. Actually, you know what? I don't think we get to see. He might have entered school late, maybe. Well, also keep in mind they do also have to start as high school students. No, we don't get to see outside. But there it is. We did it. We did it. No, I want to see who the voice actor for not Kyoko. Who is it? No, not Toko. Plays Dora the Explorer We Did It song? Yes. No, I want to see who the voice actor for Junko is. All right. I just saved that so I can look her up later, cuz I feel like she's been in other things I've played, but I don't remember. But yeah, so it's just gonna run in the background. Cool. Oh, okay. We can. Oh, what is this? A post-credit scene? I'm assuming you looked up Junko, Jez? Winnie from Full Metal Alchemist? Ah. Cause it's like the voice feels familiar, but like I can't place why. So I'm gonna have to like look it up because it's either like my memory messing with me, or I've like played something or like watched something that she was in.
Interesting. Things are getting very interesting.
Welcome back, Foxy.
indeed. Like I said at the beginning, I'm not a teddy bear. I am Monokuma.
She's been in a lot. Okay, yeah, that's probably
and
why.
I am this school's headmaster.
He's back from the grave. And we got an Easter egg present. It's all good. You don't have to apologize for leaving. Like I said, I don't take attendance. I got the achievement for finishing every chapter. Oh my god. Wait. Ayo! They never made an anime for Goodbye Despair. What's... This is a what-if simulation type play mode? What's...
Thrills, chills, kills!
Wait, what is this? I'm gonna have to like look into this later because you know what? I said we were doing just the final chapter and whatever came after the stream. So, 1 second. So did Junko's ghost possess Monokuma or what? I would assume there was other people involved. So what did I miss? We finished the class trial for this particular chapter. And we finished the game. So as it turned out, Junko was the mastermind behind the whole killing game, and was working with the Ultimate Soldier, who was in the school posing as Junko. Because, you know, that just makes sense. But yeah, so we figured out the mastermind and how... I'm going to guess that the bear has some kind of will of its own that influences and controls other people. No, well, maybe. But, like, the bear, we are pretty certain is just a robot. Because, like, you know, aside from me, while me and Kyoko, like, Makoto and Kyoko are off doing things, the other 4 are dismantling one of the Monokuma robots. And aside from the bomb that was in there, in case, like, someone, you know, tried to, like, jostle the heck out of an active Monokuma, you know, like, basically, it's just a robot. A very highly advanced toy robot, but a robot. Could it be, like, I don't know, possessed by, like, the despair steeping off of Junko? Sure. But in Ultra Despair Girls, you have to blast hundreds of Monokuma units, so it's possible they have their own AI or control units. I would give you that if it weren't for the fact that Monokuma in this particular game is not active when Junko is not controlling him. What am I going to do now? Well, I'm going to end the stream early because I had only really promised, you know, that particular trial and the aftermath, and I wasn't sure how long it was going to take, so I wasn't really planning on doing any filler. Especially since that took us about 3 hours. Just about. So, Thursday, however, we are beginning with Return to Monkey Island, which is I think it's a remaster of an older point-and-click adventure game. Steam has it listed as a mystery game, which is why we're doing it. I never played the original. I have heard of it, but I never played the original. So I know basically nothing. All I know is that it involves pirates. That's it. That is the full extent of my knowledge for Monkey Island. So we're gonna have fun with that starting Thursday. And then we're going to stick with that, you know, until it's over, and then go from there. It's all good. Alright, yeah. So, I hope everyone here had fun. Yeah, Danganronpa is just an absolutely bizarre game. Its overall plot's not necessarily the strongest, but its mysteries are pretty solid. For all things considered, the mysteries, you know, one of these days I'll actually get around to doing kind of like examinations of all the plots, all the mysteries we've done for the channel. And Danganronpa is going to be pretty high on the list just because, one, there's so many of them, and for two, it's like that weird instance where like the overall writing is kind of but like the way it handles like the mechanics of its mysteries is actually surprisingly solid in the grand scheme of things. Obviously it's not like perfect, because I remember there was a Hangman's Gambit towards the beginning where I was like, Lamau, what are they trying to get me to put here? Because I just couldn't figure it out based off the letters they gave me. And we wound up having to look it up. But no, like they actually handle it surprisingly well, all things considered. So eventually I do want to explore that. Probably not until I have like more time, more spare time, that is. But yeah, so I look forward to seeing folks later this week for a return to Monkey Island, and I hope y'all have a good week and take care. Bye-bye.